to Jim Norton and Sam Roberts.
Sometimes when we talk,
There you go.
the honesty's too.
Let that Joker play. Let's bring in
And I
Bert.
have to close my eyes.
This is a perfect intro music for Bert Kreischer.
Yeah, it is. Let this Joker play through.
I wanna
Hold you till I die.
Welcome back to Jim Norton.
And cry.
Put your headphones on, Bert. You got to hear what you're walking
Welcome
in.
aboard.
What you're walking into. You know.
Subside.
It's nice, huh?
This is how we look at you, man. This is it.
This Dan Hill really belts it out.
Is that who sings this song? Dan Hill?
Of course, you should know that.
I had no idea.
Songs like this immediately take me back to my childhood.
Really?
Yeah, getting into Malibu after swim practice.
Yeah?
Oh yeah, Pat Fagan holding onto the door handle, and my mom turned quick and fell out of the car, and then she ran over him.
What?
Yeah, she ran over Pat Fagan. This song reminds me of that summer.
Wow. She remember Pat Fisher. Does he hear sometimes when we touch and then like remember what his feet felt like? He's sitting in a chair. His shoes are singing it to the ground because they're in a chair.
Do they even make songs like this anymore?
I hope
No,
not.
it's really difficult for me to believe that this was ever like an unironic popular song.
This was a massive
Are you
hit.
shitting me?
This
Yeah.
song is I'm massive.
I know, but it's very tough for me
But
to get there
I'll tell
mentally.
you this though, it gets stuck in your head. Like I do it at the cellar just to annoy people.
Oh.
I'll belt it out, and then 20 minutes later, Natterman's sitting there and just goes, "Sometimes when," but you can't help it.
I want to hold you till I die, till we both break down and cry.
The guy is a
Can you imagine?
simp.
I'm not fucking letting go.
No.
He's such a simp. It's just such a fucking douchey thought.
Yeah.
Till the fear in me subsides.
What are you scared of?
He's so frightened of you, rabbit.
Just a shaky chihuahua?
Yeah.
I need to be held.
Fear needs to subside. Let's break down and cry, both of us.
Yeah.
This song was definitely before Rescue Animals, where you could have one of those therapy dogs.
Oh, a comfort dog.
A comfort dog.
Just put a vest on your dog. You'll be fine.
Fucking done with those comfort dogs.
You don't
Yeah,
like
me
them?
too.
Fucking hate them.
Why?
I fucking hate them.
Why?
I just fucking hate them.
Why?
I just do, because that's not how I was raised with animals. They don't mean to be everywhere.
Exactly. I was always raised, you put little pins in their feet.
I think that's the other end of the spectrum. I don't know. I don't mind the help dogs, even though they're totally illegitimate. I was
Totally illegitimate.
completely. Troy used to date somebody, and she had a totally illegitimate help dog.
Yeah.
And we put a vest on it.
It helped her boyfriend get an erection.
A little peanut butter.
That's right.
That's the trick.
Something like that rough dog tongue just gets it going.
Just what the doctor ordered.
I saw a guy in
But we put the vest on him.
Yeah.
And we walked him through a Barnes and Nobles, and then went to Buffalo Wild Wings, and like you can't turn the dogs away.
It's fucking ridiculous.
And so like the dog, like we asked them to bring the dog a bowl of water, and they did.
Really?
And the dog just laid, under the table while we ate our Buffalo Wild Wings.
Could you just put a fake vest on it? I would love to see what happens if you put a fake vest on
can.
a dog.
Oh, dude, I saw the ultimate one. Guy at the airport out of LaGuardia. He's moving. Clearly, he's moving.
Cool.
But he's claiming he has a therapy snake. So he's got it in a. He's got
Is
it.
that
in a,
what he calls it?
He's got it. He's got
Kiss
it.
the therapy snake.
He's got
Jim
it in a
has
container. but he
Norton
said-
has a therapy snake too.
Sure do. I sit on it.
He's got it in a container, and he's like, no, you can't deny me. This is part of the law. And he's trying to get it on the plane, and the gate agent handled it perfectly.
What'd they say?
He's like, I ain't letting this motherfucking snake on this motherfucking plane.
Perfect.
That was a long way to that
Yeah.
drink of water.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, it wasn't. It was a snakes on a plane joke.
Oh, no.
Like the Samuel.
I love that you fucking jackasses are like, what did he say? You landed it perfect.
Where did
Yeah.
you learn your trade, you stupid fucking cunt? You idiot.
You can have a therapy anything. There's people that use therapy ponies.
Mark.
Therapy.
That's a fucking therapy. That's not real.
That's real.
That's Photoshop.
No,
There was a story
totally.
last year about a therapy turkey on a plane.
Oh my God.
Now, look,
Therapy turkey.
Therapy pigs.
No, someone said I have to go to therapy, Turkey. It was 1974.
Saw that one coming a mile away.
Of course, had to top Bert's joke. Huh?
Yeah.
Oh, look at the little pony.
There was
Aw.
I was on a plane with a big dog, I think it was like a Doberman, a therapy Doberman in first class, and it got up and started circling, and I was like, this dog is gonna take a shit, and it took a shit in
No.
first. I swear to you on my children, took a shit in first class.
How long was the flight?
I don't really remember.
Did they put some?
I was
Did they clean
probably
it up?
blackout drunk.
Probably.
But no, the guy took his shit, and is that my alarm telling me to wake up?
At 9 a.m.? Well, you really cut it close for a 9 a.m. appearance. Where are you staying, in the fucking production studio?
No, I'm in Soho. No, but they cleaned it up. And everyone was pretty cool to the guy, as I remember, because we all felt bad for him because we all had dogs, and we're like, yeah, the dog's had his shit. There's nothing we can do about it. Yeah, now it smells like shit in first class.
Yeah, I wouldn't be cool with them at all. I'd be like,
what are you gonna do? What are you
You
gonna
don't
do?
have to bring the dog on the plane.
You don't bring your dog in first class.
Yeah, get a dog sitter. Put it in a fucking kennel. It's a
You know
dog.
how mad I'd be if I paid that kind of money for a ticket and a dog shat in front of me? And it's a dog I can't even kick because it's a Doberman?
I got excited when it started happening because I watched people get outraged.
Right.
Like, I
Okay,
love
so
being a bystander to outrage. That's why I love this culture right now. Like, I watch people fucking lose their minds over stuff, and I don't tweet about it, but I just sit back in the cut and
You read all the
giggle.
tweets.
I read them all. I love it. I love it.
You do.
And you're just trying to figure out who's gonna get in the most trouble for what.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's so fun to watch people flip-flop and go, I hate this guy, and then they flip and they go, no, he's good.
Would you see the one today? Is there
I've already been up on it. What do you want to hear about?
Shane Dawson?
Yep,
on-
Shane.
The
You know that
YouTuber?
one.
I never heard of him.
never
Obviously,
heard
he's
of
very popular. He's got 5 million Twitter followers.
I
He's
had
very
him
well known.
once when I was doing Friday afternoons. I had him on the show once, and I mean, like, a lot of people hate him, but he's super successful on YouTube.
Sure.
I think he had some deal with Taylor Swift. She either blocked him, or I think she tried to sue him.
For what?
Grabbing her ass?
No, he wasn't, because she does that, right?
Yeah.
She sues people for grabbing her ass.
Well, she countersued. The guy sued her. She countersued for $1
Yeah,
Really?
and won.
By the way, I get sexually assaulted at every meet and greet. Like, I've not had a meet and greet where someone hasn't done stuff like grab my dick or grab my ass or lick my nipple.
Well,
Last
stop
time-
doing them in grade schools.
Last time we took a photo together, you grabbed my dick.
That's different.
Is it?
We're friends.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. You can't sexually assault your
And we
friend.
don't work together.
There was a copyright claim, by the way, Travis. Say copyright claim against him for a parody video, Travis?
Taylor Swift one, right? Yeah.
So this guy made pedophilia jokes a few years ago, I guess 6 years ago. And he's, they say he's got dark humor, and he had to apologize. And people, there's one person on Twitter, and this is all you need to know, who said, I don't care about the context or if they're just jokes. Well, how do you not? The context is everything, and if they're just jokes. So what if they're repulsive jokes? Okay, they're repulsive jokes.
He said he saw. He said he thinks that it's that he was joking, but I think the context was that his premise was, well, if you can jerk off to feet, then what's wrong with having a fetish for photos of naked babies?
Well, was he being sarcastic, though? If you're being
He's being
sarcastic, that's
sarcastic.
like saying, how far could you go with this? All right, well, why not this? Why not that? He's just being a dick.
Well, I think he
What's
also
wrong?
said, he goes, I find babies sexy.
He did. He did.
but I
say-
think-
But who could believe? Then again, there are people that do. But who the fuck could believe that?
he was being absurdist, I believe.
Yes.
I think he was, and the thing that he also said was, hey, it's a fucking hour-long plus podcast. Listen to the whole podcast and then hold me accountable. But you can't just take clips. And that's the truth. You cannot just pull things out of a long conversation and go, Bert Kreischer said,
You've said
pull things out.
You've said
know?
terrible things.
I've said
out of context.
I've said horrible things in context.
You have that
I said something
too.
last night in context on stage.
What did you
That
say?
I regret. I'm not going to say it again.
Why? What was
Because
this?
no one videotaped it.
Just give us a hint of what it was about.
It was what it was a joke that I was saying a joke that I'm going to put in my special, and I tagged it with a tag from a different joke, and it just made it sound like I was a creep. And I woke up this morning going, that didn't come out right. But I said it on stage, and I said it in the moment. I write on stage, and it came out. And if someone videotaped it, I definitely said it, and it makes me look bad. But I didn't purpose. I didn't mean it. Does that make sense?
Yes, of
like,
course.
like, can't you just also be a human anymore and say some stuff that you don't mean?
I'm just trying something here.
Yeah, I'm working on comedy, and so sometimes you fuck up.
Right.
And so
Sometimes you fuck up.
I saw that one
Yeah.
coming too.
You did, yeah.
Yeah.
I saw that with the eye twinge when you. I can right before you sing. I
Yeah, I
can see
told
it.
I cock my head. I always do when I sing, Bert. I can't help it.
But I also think that if he were actually saying like, pedophilia is fine, it wouldn't have taken people 6 years to find out.
And pedophiles don't actually go out and go, babies are sexy in a podcast.
Right.
Yeah.
That's not how they do it.
And babies
How do
aren't
they do it,
sexy.
Jim?
Well, they say, "Come here, Jimmy," and you go, "Okay," because you're small. You don't know any better.
I see.
No, it's just a guy being obnoxious. That's all it is. And anyone who's ever
Trying to
said-
get a rise. He's
if you've
taking
ever-
the piss.
If you ever said, "I don't care about the context," you should put a gun in your mouth.
Yes.
Yeah.
Because you're a fucking cunt.
Yeah.
I don't care about the context. Then you're stupid. It's everything. So that means that, so if someone said the Giants killed the Jets, you don't care about the context? You want to file a police report?
Yeah.
You fucking asshole.
They're
Shut
all
up.
dead? All the Jets are dead?
Wait, there are giants! There are giants!
And they're killing airplanes.
How big are these giants?
The Giants killed the
That's a
Jets.
great character on Twitter. Out of context guy.
Yeah, no context, man.
You know how much fun it would be to read tweets?
Just everything's literal.
Everything's literal.
Jesus. Autism running rampant. That's the words.
It really is amazing. But they obviously, people need to rally up against something. And today was a little slow.
Sure.
So and the Logan Paul stuff started going away. YouTube
Was it that bad what he did? I mean,
It
look,
was
let
pretty
me
bad.
ask you. They've done documentaries on that suicide forest.
Yeah.
They've showed them before. So why all of a sudden is it this sacred thing that you can't make fun of suicide?
Well, I think you can't. You can do whatever you want, but if you have a YouTube video where you're just kind of this like cool guy, and I think
I didn't see the video.
Most of the outrage is fake outrage.
Sure.
You know what I mean? Because he's just a douchebag. He's been a douchebag.
It's
the whole
not people
time.
watching his channel.
No,
I
nobody's
promise.
watching his channel. But at the same time, like if YouTube was like, it's really hard to sell advertising to people if they think that one of the videos is just you pointing and laughing at a hanging corpse.
Is that what he's doing?
Yeah.
He was. Look, I had a friend kill himself when we were in college, and my first instinct was make a joke.
Is he your roommate?
Nope. and
Another guy named Bert who they kept confusing with you.
You mean he had to end his own life because
Couldn't take it. It happened once.
Hey, are you Bert Kreischer?
oh my god!
And why are you taking your belt off? You'll see.
No, I made a joke, and someone got pissed and wanted to fight me, and we had a therapist there, and she was like, "Hey, everyone mourns in a different way." Sure. So what I think was
I just happen to pull my method of mourning if someone dies is to pull the trousers off and insert my penis into them. Gets me
out of context. Out of context.
No, in context, that's what I do.
So you mourn through necrophilia?
Yes, I do.
I see. I see.
Oh, this is a bad one.
I mourn through inserting myself into them.
Usually people mourn the hardest over their very close relatives.
Yeah, I try to put life back into them.
Oh, that doesn't work.
I try to pump life. No, but it sure makes me feel good.
You should have seen when his very young brother passed away.
That's right.
Terrible.
This will come back to haunt us.
No, I don't do necrophilia anymore.
You just said young brother. I didn't say that.
But they're talking about you.
Everyone knows I don't have a brother.
Shit.
Would never fuck a
I
non-existent
have a brother.
That's right.
Oh, no.
So this is you speaking in context subconsciously.
But to have to come back.
Can you be subconscious, but not? You can still take things as subconscious, but not in context.
Yeah, that's the next thing. Is it's going to be implied.
Yeah, you know what he was really
his
saying.
implications.
Yeah.
What was the context? Doesn't matter what the context was, but you know what he was really saying.
Yeah. I have a lot of I bite my tongue. I don't say a lot of the stuff online or whatever, but like the thing Chappelle said about black women not telling on black men for sexual assault, harkening back to slavery days. I thought that a long time ago. I was like, oh, so you're telling me only white men sexually harass? Because no black guys have come out. Literally.
Russell Simmons is catching a lot of shit.
Yeah, Russell Simmons has got a whole bunch of rapes against him.
And,
bunch.
allegations.
Apparently there's like 12 or 14 women, yeah.
Sidney Lumet's daughter, Jenny Lumet, I think she's half black and half white. She wrote a big thing. Sometimes you don't know, though, because I was talking to my... and again, unless there's things you don't see, I was talking to a woman I know about it, and Jenny Lumet was saying, like, I was really scared, and I felt like I couldn't say no. And I'm like, well, did he know that? Did he know that and just
you
do
can't
it anyway?
Keep putting snooze on.
Yeah.
Like it's going to keep happening if you just keep hitting snooze, you know?
It's disappeared. I don't know where it is now.
Yeah, sometimes you have to, I don't know if he knew that or he didn't know. But if all these people are saying it's,
It's the
He's denying it though.
It's the old adage, like I thought I had a drinking problem once, and my wife and I broke up, and I was at my haircutting place. Shut the fuck up.
Okay.
I quit for a month. I'm good.
Oh.
So we went to my haircutter. My haircutter was a recovering heroin addict, and he was like, "Hey, how many people have told you I have a drinking problem?" I said, "Just one." And he was like, fuck them. He goes, here's the deal.
Just one.
He goes, if one person tells you have a tail, fuck them. They're crazy. If two people tell you have a tail, they're teaming up on you. But if three people tell you have a tail, turn around.
Okay, Jim, do you think Bert has a drinking
stop
problem?
this
Bert's an alcoholic.
game. Yeah.
Troy, do you think Bert has a drinking problem?
I do. I think there's a slight problem.
Okay, I think Bert, you
How do
might
you
have
guys
a
don't
drinking
even hang out
problem.
with me?
That's true.
We just know.
You guys just guessing?
No, we just seen you drink in the morning in studio.
Oh, yeah, that's normal.
Right. One time I saw you do shots on stage and then shave Roland's back.
That was so many years ago.
It was fun, though.
Yeah.
It was fun.
Yeah. So, but my point is, I think with these rape allegations, if it's one
If it's
chick,
a lot of people,
if it's
yeah.
a lot of people, you can't deny them.
Right.
Well, I don't know. You never know. People going for money grabs, or it could just be that they're all telling the truth.
But yeah, so this, so the Logan Paul thing, yeah, so like, so YouTube has now pulled. They can't. I don't think they pulled his channel off,
Right.
but they're pulling down the ad revenue. Like they're pulling down his ability to sell ads.
Why can't they just say, well, off this ad you can't? All right, this one is fucked up. You
I think
can't.
it's because
they gotta scold you and punish you.
I think it's because they don't sell ads per video. They just are like, you can just advertise on YouTube, and advertisers don't want to advertise on that.
They removed
channel.
them from their premium advertising.
The YouTube Red or just premium.
Whatever, Google Premium or
Gotcha.
whatever it is, and they took them off of all their original programming that they do. Like I
That's
guess-
the Red.
Yeah.
Yeah.
See this whole thing of, hey, the internet, you can do what you want. Now they advertisers. It's a catch-22. Like they suck because they stifle your creativity with shit like this, whether it's good or bad. And they're good because they pay you. Like without ads, you don't make any money. Like people we all hate commercials, but you know what? Everything you've seen on TV is fucking put through by commercials. It's all commercials or subscription based. If it's not subscription based, it's commercials.
Because you can do what you want on the internet. It's just if you want to do it on
And make money.
a platform that
Right.
somebody's already set up for you to instantly get views, you kind of have to play by their rules. If you want to, and you got to figure out how you're going to make your money. Like that's why Anthony's doing his thing the way he's doing it,
Subscription
because he
based.
doesn't want anybody to be telling him what to do.
Right.
I never thought that made sense until right fucking now.
Free TV is basically HBO, but the subscription is the commercials. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because they are annoying, but man, they're the ones that pay every flight you've ever taken for NBC or CBS or was paid for by General Mills, or the advertisers pay for everything, so they suck. But it's like, all right, well, they're the ones that pay the bills.
Yeah, you have to figure. Yeah.
So it's like I hate them, but you know what I mean? But I need them. We all do.
Yeah.
I mean, it's also a case of people. Outrage is defined by helplessness. When you feel helpless in life, that's when you get outraged the quickest.
Yeah.
You ever notice the people that walk slower across traffic are always the poorest people in the world? They're the ones that have the least amount of control in their life, and that's the one.
So they're hoping to get hit?
So no, they just walk slower, so you have to slow down for them, and they're like, yeah, now I'm in charge.
They have a little bit of control.
That's the first time.
Or it could be maybe that shitty attitude is why they don't have a job.
Yeah, well, I think it's all rolled in one.
Yeah.
But like the people that get outraged are these people that feel helpless, and I think
That's why they get self-destructive, probably.
and they see these people like Logan Paul who don't have a boss and have done things their own way.
Yeah.
And I think they just wait for them to slip up.
Dude, people get so mad at YouTubers who make a lot of money.
They do, right?
PewDiePie.
PewDiePie, they get mad at. This guy Shane Dawson has made millions of dollars on YouTube. Logan Paul, all the YouTubers. Once people realize that you're making a ton of money, people get fucking furious.
And I love how a lot of people write off YouTubers. Like, I'm fucking YouTube. So why is that not legit? Well, that's actually the most legit because they're just doing something and people are coming to them and going, we like it and we're going to subscribe. They're not being pushed through by 6 network executives.
Yeah, look at the numbers.
The numbers are people like it. I don't watch what he does or fucking PewDiePie. But you know what? If he's making $40 million a year, whatever the fuck he makes, no one's pushing him other than people going to him.
Here's
Dude,
what
he did a promo for The Rock's, one of The Rock's movies.
Pewdie?
Yeah, no, Logan Paul.
Logan Paul?
Yeah, and he was what I liked about him. And I know who he is. I'm a little more tapped into YouTube than probably you guys, only because I dig it.
I'm
I'm
a
a fan of
YouTuber.
shit. I've seen the Chip Chipperson podcast on YouTube.
Well, you won't do it. You turn Chip down.
I had to work last night.
What's more important?
he lives in California.
And so, but I like the kid because he just snubbed his nose at like they'd come to interview him and he just do childish stuff and be like, I don't care. And that's what his fans liked about him. And I thought it was cool that he would just played by his own rules.
And people put up with it because he had a lot of people watching.
Here's what I don't
like. That's why.
Right.
Here's what I don't agree with is the main outrage that I was hearing, because I was like, I said there was nothing here to get outraged about. It's just like, yeah, he struck me as a douchebag. He did a douchebag thing. I was not shocked that Logan Paul did this. But people were like, you don't understand. His viewer base is mainly made up of kids. And so, a fifth grade teacher like tweeted me like, all my fifth graders watch this guy and they saw a dead body for the first time watching his video. He's got a responsibility to all these kids.
No, he doesn't.
And he doesn't. I don't know.
The internet.
At what point it was decided that anybody who's got a platform has to be a role model. Because it's not true. Like Logan Paul is not responsible for kids watching his show. The kids' parents are responsible for what they watch.
Yeah, and if it's not good, then tell them don't watch it.
If he's doing a cartoon where it's like, specifically marketed at 7-year-olds, and they're like, and here's a dead body. Then
that's hilarious.
Or like, you should start smoking.
Right.
Absolutely. From your lips to God's ears.
But if he's just doing an idiotic YouTube channel that it ends up kids watch, he's doing what he's been always doing.
Okay, well, I'll play devil's advocate on that. I said the word faggot on TV a long time ago.
Asshole.
And this is probably like 15 years ago.
Sure.
And I had a TV show, and one of the network's execs came up to me and said, you have a responsibility to be smarter than that. This is when everyone was saying that word. Now it's like kind of taken away. And I remember arguing with her at the bar going, you just hired me to be me. I was being me in that moment. That was what I was thinking. She was like, yeah, but think about what your words mean. Cut to like 6 years ago, I remember doing Rogan for like the third time or whatever, and I think I said fag, and Rogan goes, I try not to say that word. And I was like, really? And he was like, yeah, I just don't like the word. And I feel like I'm better than that word. And, if it makes someone feel like shit, let's take it out of our words. I really haven't said that word other than right now, but like I don't say that word ever in my everyday use. And I was like, well, I wonder what responsibility you have.
But that's not you doing that because you have a responsibility as a role model. That's you doing it because as a person, you don't want to do that anymore.
Yeah, you might not want to say the word. Like when I look at a gay guy, have I ever said fag? Yeah, but when I look at a gay guy and go, look at that faggot angrily, no. Maybe I would at one point in my life but that's like, at this point I wouldn't.
I wouldn't go into a forest and laugh at a hanging corpse, not because
you don't know that. You don't know that. You don't know that. And that's what I'm saying is that when he went in the forest, he did not expect to see that dead guy. And
he was in the forest.
He
wasn't watching a video?
No, he's pointing at the corpse.
He walked in the forest as a joke. We're going to find a dead body as a joke. And then he goes in, not 50 steps into the forest, and there's a fucking dead body. And he's like, oh my God, the parking lot's right there.
Then he took the footage home.
And
edited it and watched it back and like made a conscious decision to be like, that's what I want to put up there.
I'm going to show his purple hands.
Right, exactly.
Oh,
and like,
did he do? Can I see it?
I think they took it down.
No,
you can see it. You can see it.
I
saw it on Twitter.
No, there are guys that are. What's fucking sick about YouTube is that there are people posting outrage videos where they post his video,
and you're actually allowed to post it because you're just saying you're angry.
Yeah.
And by the way, all they're doing is being like, "Oh, this is a hot topic. Let me get my video out right away talking about him so I can get his hits."
That's what child pornographers should do. Here's a little strategy for child pornographers. If you have kiddie porn, just put it out and go, "Isn't this terrible? I want something done." And then everyone will download it and go, "I'm angry." And
it's like
you've gotten away with it.
It's like your old joke. God, I can't believe I remember I bet you don't remember this joke.
No.
About it's illegal to get a prostitute unless you're filming it.
How come it's illegal to make porn but not to get a prostitute?
Yeah, and you go, the cops come in and you're like, and cut.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. And so, like, it's true. There's a fucking... But they literally walked right in and saw the dead body. What really the outrage is coming at is the rest of the Japanese video is a little racist.
Oh, throwing stuff at people?
No, throwing Pokeballs at Japanese people.
I might have liked that.
Well, like, look, but that's another thing. Like, I probably wouldn't go to Japan and dress up as a Pikachu and throw Pokeballs at Japanese people.
Yeah.
But that's not because I'd be like, oh, I don't want my audience to think that I do that. It's just because, as a dude, that's not something...
I'm afraid of getting punched.
Yeah, exactly. Like, I'm not that guy.
You hit a Yakuza in the head with a fucking Pokemon ball, and it's not going to go well.
But
just don't throw it at anybody with a small finger. Don't they cut the piece of the finger off in Yakuza?
You watched one movie?
I've heard that. Let's look that up.
But it's called Black Rain.
Is it really?
It's a movie.
But every video he's ever done has been obnoxious. You know what I mean? Like,
well,
he
that's his-
strikes me as the type of guy who throws Pokeballs at Japanese people.
He's not going to get a million views if he does a channel where he's like, do your homework.
Right.
You know?
Which is why, again, I'm like, why does he now need to be looked at as this role model guy? The man is missing the finger only. It is not on accident. I hate it when people say on
I
accident.
hate when people say on accident. It's by accident.
I did it on accident.
I did it on accident. That's a term.
Go to fucking school
It's
on
wrong.
accident.
I did it on accident is absolutely wrong, and it's made it into the lexicon.
By accident.
By accident.
By accident, spelled B-I.
Or you could say accidentally.
You have shit on your dick. You've had a by accident.
You've had many a by accident.
Okay, whoa.
Right, they weren't
Correct.
accidents. Do you want to see the Logan Paul
I
thing?
do, yeah. Well, I screamed that.
You got enthusiastic.
They're planning on camping.
Oh,
yeah,
I thought he was
obviously.
watching a video commenting
no,
on it.
no.
Okay, I didn't know it happened. I should maybe watch these things.
No, and he was wearing his stupid Toy Story alien hat while he's doing it. Not the best choice of headwear.
Great
for
drone
this.
shot.
That's the Suicide Forest.
Beautiful.
That's right, Jim.
Hey, I really hate to say this. I think there's someone hanging right there. I'm not even fucking kidding. Do you see it? I'm not even. This isn't a fucking joke, guys. That's a fucking person. Dude, I fucking told you.
I think you're fucking right. Oh my god.
This looks fake.
Wait, because it's you. That's like, yeah, but it's
I've
not.
never seen a dead person.
You haven't?
No, bro.
He's like a Disney Channel actor,
What am I looking at?
which is why I guess kids like him so much.
That's his brother.
Whoa.
No. I mean, he acts like a Disney Channel actor does.
The body's in the background. You'll see it.
Well, it could be because one of my
Who's that guy?
His fixer.
he really killed himself.
No!
Yeah, when he was only 21.
No.
It's true. It was Logan. Excuse me?
You want to boost up that volume a little bit?
Yo, this is crazy, dude.
Pulse, bro.
No, this isn't fucking real, bro.
Come on, bro. Let's go,
So
dude.
far, this is not bad. This is just them seeing
It
something.
gets a little
They haven't-
worse.
they
It gets a
haven't
little
shown
worse.
Right.
Now they're.
Oh, they take his face. Oh, wow.
Hello? Yo, what the actually? Yo, are you alive? Are you f***ing with us? So, okay, a lot of things going through my mind. This is a first for me. This is definitely a first for me. This literally probably just happened.
I hate his emotion.
Yes, Sushi, you call the police? This is very, dude, his hands are purple. He did this morning.
Oh my god.
No, I'm so sorry about this, Logan. This was supposed to be a fun vlog. We were gonna address this before we saw this. We were. I'm not just saying this. But I was gonna.
People got mad about
set up the
this?
camp and everything. Obviously,
It gets a little goofier
now,
in a sec.
Seeing it real life and firsthand. Suicide is not a joke. Depression and mental illnesses are not a joke.
In no way.
We came here with an intent to focus on the haunted aspect of the forest. This just became very real, and obviously a lot of people are going through a lot of shit in their lives. And
We just want you guys to know that if you're going through anything, like, we're here for you.
We're here for you.
Your friends, your family.
Low gang's
there
here for
are
you.
people out there that
People-
care for you.
Low gang, that's what they're called.
Remember that.
That's cool.
suicide is not the answer, guys. There are people that love you and care for you. Like I said, we were gonna do this before this happened. This just turned really fucking way too scarily real.
It's good that he left his hat on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The craziest part about this, the parking lot is right there, dude.
Yeah.
It's literally right there. Like, guys, we're 100 yards away from the parking lot.
I don't feel very good.
Yeah, I don't.
This is where
You never stand next to a dead guy.
this is where I think he's getting slammed.
God damn it.
Crazy,
Like
bro.
we joke about seeing things in here and like
It was gonna be a joke.
all a joke.
Yeah.
This was all gonna be a joke. Why did it become so real? So this is the thing. There's a thing that is now in our lives. We just experienced. What the f is going on?
I don't know, dude. I don't know.
Why? It's sinking in, bro. This wasn't supposed to happen, man. It just doesn't make sense, bro. His bag is right there. He's got stuff in his pants. Why am I still here?
Oh, he's got
What
stuff in
the
his
f are we
pockets.
doing?
Yeah.
Never seen a dead person. Like I've never discovered
Neither
a dead
have I.
person.
I've never discovered a dead person. It's not something I really
Neither have
plan
I.
on doing.
No?
Nope.
I will say, as you know, you can see we've blurred the face of the victim because we felt like we should protect his identity. Authorities are on their way. This is the most real vlog I've ever made. 400 plus vlogs, and I've never had a more real moment than this.
It's not that bad.
That's what people are mad about.
Yeah.
What the fuck is wrong with that? Do you know how many documentaries have been done on this suicide forest?
There's one I watched about the Golden Gate Bridge.
Why? So HBO's fucking Michael Boden. I know he's a doctor, but he wasn't fucking with the body unless he does something stupid to it.
No, he doesn't. But then he goes into the jokes here, and it's also, you know, I mean,
I'm just going by what I've seen so far.
It's also if you want to talk about context, it's in the context of the channel that it's on too. It's on a joke channel.
Yeah, but you could see in that moment he's not goofing on it. He's saying this is real. They give a message of suicide's not the answer. Kids look up to him. Hey, how about that? Stupid teachers. What they're saying is, hey, look, there's people that care about you. This is not the answer. How the fuck is that a problem?
They also, the real issue was that they showed the body, and then he put the body in the thumbnail. As in, click on this.
All right, maybe that was tasteful. Okay, that part. I'm only going by what that I just saw there. I thought they were going to be like acting stupid and fucking with the body.
No.
But he's a guy who literally stumbled on a body and was stunned by it.
Yeah, that's it.
And handled it that way and then gave an anti-suicide message.
Yeah. What would be brilliant is if
the news show
this was a prank. And
Like
he had
there was
set
no-
this, and he was like, I just fucking own the internet.
Right.
This was a prank.
When
this,
does he come out? If he, I mean,
and the guy wasn't dead. You mean?
Yeah, and the guy wasn't dead. He was like, oh, where's your outrage now? And then you see the excerpt video where they're setting the guy up with a rope, and
they'd still be mad though because they made fun of him.
2 weeks later, there's just like the video of like, okay, I'm going to show his face, and then his eyes just open, and it's like,
it's not that bad in my opinion.
I'm stunned that people are mad about that. I literally thought he was going to do something fucked up to the body, but he's giving like an anti-suicide message. He was stunned. He stumbled on a body. Why shouldn't he be able to do that when they can walk in there with the fucking Discovery Channel? And I know Discovery Channel is not a joke channel, but aren't they the ones who are now doing all these on Sharknado?
Yeah.
So why the fuck are they
That's
more
sci-fi.
legit? But you know what I'm saying? Like they're doing all these stupid.
They also don't wear hats from the alien in Toy Story when they're.
I wonder if the outrage would have been less without the hat.
I mean, yeah, I think if he wasn't making like a goofy face and wearing an alien hat and then throwing it in the thumbnail, it's little details that you could.
The
easily...
thumbnail, I understand people going, "Hey, that's a little fucked up." But maybe they showed the body a couple times too much.
Right.
Maybe one time, but to show it like that,
it's just funny because it's these little details in this thing. It's timing and it's these tiny little details. If he had changed just a few things in the way it was presented, it would have just been another one of his vlogs.
If he didn't show the body, no one would have believed him.
That's right.
Yeah, what culture who's obsessed with Charles Manson? We're obsessed with fucking John Wayne Gacy. His paintings are sold and bought. They had to knock down Jeffrey Dahmer's apartment building because tourists would go to it. We are obsessed with this shit. And then a guy shows a real body and we act surprised. Fuck us.
He also, I mean, almost. Well, I don't know. I've only seen a few of his videos, but a ton of his other videos are bragging about like how much money he makes on his videos.
Sure.
So like to go like I make all my money off my videos and be like, hey, look at a dead guy over here. Obviously, in context, you're going to correlate like I'm showing this guy who committed suicide because I'm going to make a whole bunch of money on my videos.
Maybe he's more honest, but I mean, like, hey, look, the news shows things. Did anybody ever look at Brian Williams and go, whoa, 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 you're making $100,000 a week? Look what you're showing. They all make money off it.
They threw Brian Williams off TV
for lying, not for integrity, for lying. I caught lying.
Yeah,
they fucking all make money. That's what they do for a living. They sell ads. How many times have you gone to click on a video where it's a woman accuses man of rape, and first it's it's a Groupon commercial first. A 6-second Groupon commercial.
1877. By the way, so terrible thing happened to some children today.
No, but how many videos have the automatic ads that go on them? And it's a terrible thing. Child found dead. 1, 2, 5, and you're like, it's a commercial.
Oh
so
yeah.
Stop it.
I was on a ski lift with a bunch of parents my wife included, and then 2 other parents, and they were talking about Logan Paul, and they're like, it's just outrageous, and it's just outrageous.
They've never seen,
and they were like, and Leanne's like, what is it? And I tried to explain it the way I did to you guys, and Leanne's like, why would he do that? Why would he do that? And I was like, well, when we were kids, we watched Faces of Death. She was like, yeah, but that was different. It was a video.
And it was fake.
And you were like, what? She's like, you had to get the video from a friend. I was like, so we went to more... we all watched Faces of Death,
right?
And just went, oh fuck, that guy got attacked by an alligator,
dude. Most of it revolves around the fact that people hate YouTubers.
That's all it is, because I watched that. Maybe he's a dick in the rest of the video with the Japanese people.
And he is a dick, like
Fine.
in general.
Maybe
he's
he's
kind of a dick.
Maybe he's a dick to a lot of people. Maybe he's a dick. But in that video, I guess anyone who's ever shown the Zapruder film it's a problem, and maybe they're even worse because they know what they're about to show. He literally just stumbled on a dead body. How would anybody react if you had a video camera? We've been sent it out. That's what we've been taught to do.
You do, on some level, have to know what your place is in this thing. Like, there is a difference between a guy who does vlogs about how big his house is and the news.
That's what I bet that's what it is that people hate YouTubers because they are they've cannibalized their real lives for this fake almost propaganda film of what their lives are. It's the reason like Ari and Tom hate that I get on Instagram, and they're like, stop, live in the moment. And I'm like, but they're fans that want to see where we're sitting, and they're like, just don't live in the moment. But that is those YouTubers. Like when I had a vlog, I was definitely noticed that I was bragging about shit I shouldn't brag about, or I was making things sound better. I was even trying to make it look not as ego-driven, but those vlogs, like Casey Neistat's vlog, is simply an ego boost to himself.
And somebody on Twitter just pointed out he was smart enough to bleep out curse words.
And he beeped out the guy's video. And he took out the guy's face.
Oh, they all bleep out curse words.
But knowing that, okay, we have to be conscious of advertisers, we have to be conscious of, we have this perceived audience, whatever it is.
Right.
So he can realize that maybe if you have to bleep out curse words, you shouldn't be the Purple Hands video.
No, but he's a guy, he's by taking out the video, he's doing what you see in the news do.
But he's not the news.
So what? Again, we've talked for years. Why the fuck? We've seen how fake and bullshit most of them are. They're all
totally.
So why should they have 1 ounce more of leeway than anybody else does?
Because we can have that conversation too. Like, you can attack the news, and I'd be 100% with you. Like, I don't think they have any integrity, and they have this kind of journalistic bubble that protects them, and it's all horse shit.
Yeah.
But if you make your money being that guy, you kind of have to know, in this culture that we live in, what that means.
I think making money, I think that guy has more of an impact on putting out an anti-suicide message.
That's true.
Than any of these other douchebags, because people look at that guy and go, he's goofy, he's kind of a dick, he fucks with things. But here's the thing that he stumbles on that shakes him out of this goofy thing, and it shocks him.
If he had...
And he's stunned. I agree with you about the thumbnail. That's a little tacky.
Right. If he had not shown the body.
What's that called? Bait switch? Clickbait?
Clickbait.
Yeah.
But I don't even mind him showing the body a couple times. Maybe there was one or too many pans to it.
If he had not, he probably shouldn't have shown the body at all.
I don't.
And no one would have ever believed the video.
True. I don't necessarily.
But his
agree
audience
with that.
would have believed him.
Nope.
No,
they would have been like prank video.
No,
they're so full of fake prank videos.
I think Bert's right. I think he had to.
The people who don't like him would have said that. But the same people that are saying, like, this is terrible anyway, because the people who like him aren't demonizing him.
He thought he was doing the right thing by blurring the face out and being respectful and doing that. He didn't show the face. I thought, when I heard that he did some shit with a body, first I heard it was video, and then when I saw him going on the farm, I'm like, oh my God, he did something horrible. They've done documentaries on that suicide forest. They've done that's why he went there.
Yeah.
Because they've talked about it. And
a lot of YouTubers go there. That's actually a popular YouTube thing to do.
So I don't really, I don't think that he did anything wrong. When I see the context of the video and what he said about the body, when they were saying, hey, suicide's wrong, there are people here, you have something to live for, talk to someone, don't do this, I'm like, oh boy, they're about to be dicks. And then they weren't. He kept the dumb hat on, but so what?
There's a context of who he is in general. Like, if you're talking about a news story, and you get something wrong, it doesn't really matter. You're Jim Norton, I'm Sam Roberts, like, we're doing a radio show where we just kind of talk about what's going on. We don't have a responsibility to get things right. Who gives a fuck? We're just commenting on shit. But if a news anchor tells a story and gets something wrong, it's like, what the fuck are you doing? That's why you're in the position
your job.
you're in.
Yes.
Right. So a YouTuber is in the position that he's got a set of, like, Here's your spot. Here's what's expected of you. Here is what could potentially go wrong, right or wrong. Understand that, like, you're making millions of dollars on YouTube being this goofy, like, hey, I'm Logan Paul, man, guy, because you can't do this, that, and this. You can't go and get the protection of, I'm doing a documentary on the suicide forest because you decided to make your money doing this thing over here.
But he shouldn't need the protection. The fact that he came on to that's a whole stay in your lane thing, and I don't agree with that because I don't think, again, if he had done something disrespectful to the body, I would understand people being really upset. But what he did with that body, and if he's talking to kids, yeah, maybe showing it is a little rough. But the bottom line is maybe he should have put a warning, dead body come. Okay, there's maybe things to criticize. But the message that those guys gave, people are going to listen to that. If you're a fan of that guy, and you're like, you know, you're in 7th grade or whatever you are, and you love this guy and he makes you laugh, and then he shows you that, and he's like, hey, depression is a bitch. We know it exists. What he did was he took something and he gave a real message.
That's true.
Yeah.
That's more valuable than anything some cunty adult tells you. People are like, oh, your friends are your big influence. You know, your friends don't do this if your friends do it. So this is a guy that they look at like their friend, and he gives them a very anti-suicide message. Yeah. Yeah, the hat was dumb. Like, I agree with you, a couple little things he should have tweaked. But overall, maybe the rest of the video was shitty. But to me, that moment, there was nothing wrong with that. He was very dignified, or fairly dignified in the way he handled it.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, like, some of this stuff I'm playing devil's advocate for because as I said in the beginning, I think that the outrage was way overblown. But I also think that there are, to me, pretty clear things as you're watching that he could have just tweaked and it would have just been another vlog. You know? But he wanted you to click on the video so you saw a dead body.
Do you remember the outrage around the documentary called The Bridge? Oh, that's right. There was none. That whole thing was a camera set up to show people killing themselves.
Yep.
That's all that was.
Right, but
we're that obsessed with suicide.
It was accompanied by 90 minutes of explaining the process and taking it seriously and setting things up and talking about the psychosis of it and the things the families go through. And,
sure,
and
absolutely.
All this stuff.
But the documentary makers...
And you also didn't see a close-up of a floating body.
Understandable, but you watched 30 people do it.
Jump.
And they watched that person walking back and forth. They didn't go up and try to help him.
It's true.
Nobody went up. So they had to, and again, they have to let life happen. But I'm just saying that's one example of a million fucking obsession with death and serial killers and suicide and murder. And then this guy actually handles it fairly well in the context of a dickish video.
Right.
And people
in the context of who he is, like, he could have been worse. That's for sure.
Dude, I thought he handled that. I was shocked that that's what people.
I think it's also like watching the video now in the context of all the ridiculous outrage is kind of like, guys, get a hold of yourselves. Whereas I think if you just watch the video on YouTube when it came out, I don't know if you'd be like, but people would probably be more like, what the fuck are you doing? Showing this dead body and stuff? Now that we've had a week of outrage over this kid, you kind of watch it and you're like, well, that wasn't nearly as bad as I thought it would be.
That's also a great thing to show. You know why? Because when people think of suicide, they don't think of the ugliness of it.
Like, the fact that he had stuff in his pockets kind of flipped me out.
Right.
Yeah, that's a real person.
You think, yeah, you're like, oh, he has his wallet in his back pocket.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, that's a trifold wallet in his back pocket.
That's a human making human decisions.
Yeah.
Dude, I'm looking at this picture right here and I just went, who wears a hat to a suicide?
Yeah. Guy's got his shirt tucked in.
He tucked his shirt in. Same thing that I saw in that photo.
Yeah, so we're obsessed with this stuff, and it's everywhere, and it's shown everywhere. To me, a guy who has an audience that thinks he's a goofball and is stunned by it and gives a real message, that's a much more impactful thing on somebody who's fucking 6th or 5th grader.
But like you said, it's not like YouTube didn't shut his channel down.
Right.
They were just like, advertisers don't want to advertise with you, so
that's
we're
cool.
shutting that part off.
They should remember that the next time the Discovery Channel shows it, or to anybody who shows this Zapruder film 50 fucking times, back and to the left, back and to the left, and you know the president's head's about to be taken off.
But don't you think different advertisers are advertising on that than would want to advertise on a YouTuber?
I don't know about that. I mean,
or at least like
even stricter ones are advertising on Discovery. Like,
right, that's what I mean. They're marketing in a different way because the audience is different. They're like, well, we don't want to associate our product with suicide documentaries.
No. I mean, the General Mills and them would advertise on something like that. How many times they saw Bobby Kennedy getting capped or fucking all these other things?
But I'm saying the advertisers are different.
YouTube,
the
they're probably
commercials
more
are different.
On YouTube, they're probably the leeway is more. You have more leeway on YouTube. Like your General Mills, the really strict ones, the car, Ford tough. They don't advertise on probably this kid's
right because they don't want to be associated with that stuff.
Right. They advertise on the ones that would show a fucking JFK documentary or other famous assassinations.
Yeah. So hypothetically, say there's a Xbox comes out with a new video game, and you're an exec at Xbox, and they're like, what video could we put it up? And they're like, holy shit, this Logan Paul one's got 20 million views. Well, get our shit on that. The kids are watching it.
And then they find out, like, it's suicide shit. And you're like, what?
Yeah, well, I bet that part of them would be like, is anyone saying anything?
That's the thing. I think that most of the advertisers not wanting to advertise with Logan Paul anymore is because Twitter turned on him. Like, it's the outrage.
They're like, yeah, we were outraged too.
Right, exactly.
Yeah,
we just have to match. The advertisers want to match whatever the outrage is.
I watch a suicide on YouTube.
I've never seen, by the way, I've seen many dead bodies from wakes and stuff, but I've never stumbled on a dead body.
No, me either.
Me and a group of friends were walking around a forest once, and a guy asked if we wanted to see one, and we went.
Oh, cool. How was that?
Yeah. It was good. It's me and Jerry O'Connell and the guys.
I was about to say, finding a dead body is part of Americana. That is a part, like...
I think we just saw Stand By Me and everybody thought it was part of Americana.
No, but that's like part of the things of when we were kids. Life is different. Now my kids don't go outside, but when I was a kid, you'd go outside and someone would be like, hey, you want to see a dead snake? And you'd be like, like that was your entertainment for the day.
So Logan Paul is the new...
Stand By Me.
Right. Like,
except it was a little different of a story.
A little bit different.
They find the body, don't they?
In Stand By Me? I think so.
Yes.
Yeah.
They do. And someone said on Twitter that the problem was that he wasn't, he didn't stumble on it. You knew what you were going there to see. Yeah, no, I understand that. But it's known as the suicide forest. But that is the fact. That's the attraction to going there. Of course, you know, but you don't really expect to see it. Like, you know what I mean? Like, you don't.
So what's the argument?
I don't know. Somebody was just saying that the problem was that he acted surprised, but he knew what he was going to see.
Oh.
Let me ask you a question. Now, this is the only thing.
Yeah, I think you'd be surprised if you...
Sure, I would have been. Did he know that was there? Like, did that fixer go and find a body for him and then go...
It's possible, but I doubt it.
Maybe.
I mean, and then go, look, I found one.
But I do think that when you're doing... And you could completely read it on his face. When you're doing one of those YouTube things, he was... We don't see the actual moment. I don't think that he's actually shocked by it. Like, he puts on this act. He's still in character.
He knows he's on
when
video,
he's reacting to the thing.
That's the problem with having a vlog is you lost your life.
You're always in character.
You're always in character. You're always filming. You're always talking like a host.
Right.
It's the reason I stopped mine because it was like I was like, hey guys. I'd always say, hey guys to everything.
And it's like, who are you talking to, man?
Who the fuck am I talking to?
Yeah,
it was a great vlog, by the way.
Your friends are here. Wait, who are you talking to?
I learned a great deal about editing and cameras.
You can edit other stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
we got going, hey guys, it's Bert Kreischer here, and boy, I just had some lunch.
You'd have moments where you're like, oh, I gotta vlog this, and you couldn't, like, I remember going to Stanhope's house and be like, I'm definitely vlogging this, and being like...
But did Stanhope be like, what are you doing?
Yeah.
So you'd have to be that guy.
Doug does some video, doesn't he?
Yeah, he does. And part of him
he doesn't want a vlogger.
Yeah, but it was before, I think, anyone... Now, I think... Like, I remember going to do Rogan, and Rogan's like, are you fucking serious? He's like, put the camera away. And then I'm like, yeah, but this is part of what the future is putting out content for free so people enjoy it. And people loved the vlog.
I'm sure.
And there's a great video of me and him playing pool and fucking around.
But then it's also like, if you're a vlogger, you have to put up with the fact that, like, people are now allowed to be critical of just whatever you do.
Sure.
Oh, I did a podcast with Tom and Ari after we went to the national championship game. I was like, guys, I got to put out a podcast this week. And both of them were like, are you fucking serious? Like, can't we just not work? And I was like, I got to put a podcast out. It comes out every fucking Wednesday.
Yeah.
And I need a podcast.
You do it on the road sometimes?
I did. I don't usually. I do it most of it out of my man cave. But I bring it with me on the road. Like, I do one in New York.
Is your house done, by the way, being worked on?
Done.
Oh, okay, good. I want to see your place now because it was everything was in one room.
Oh, yeah. Oh, done. We're finally. I'm so happy. But yeah, but it is hard to with the way that media has changed. It's hard to live an authentic life unless you do what Ari did and go, I'm off the grid for 4 months. But then you got every agent going, what the fuck are you doing? Part of what I am interested, like I'm big fans of like Eliza and Whitney and Jen Kirkman are my favorite people to follow on Instagram because they do the Insta stories and I enjoy it.
You just click through.
Yeah, I go literally
tap.
I see like I'll see like Whitney will have like 10 stories, and I'll go, "Oh, this is going to be good." Look, Whitney got on a plane. This is so silly that I'm talking about someone else's life.
Yeah, I don't know.
But she got on a plane to go for vacation for New Year's Eve, and I was like, "Oh, this is going to be fun. I'm going to have a fun 3 days." Where's she going? Oh, she's going to the Maldives? Oh, I can't wait to see what her room looks like. Oh my God, there's a hammock in the middle of the ocean. Sharks are swimming around. And it's like, I share in their fun.
I love the teenager in you.
Dude, that is what's wrong with me.
It's him and the teenager. That's the problem.
My biggest thing I wish I could change about myself is that I'm a fan of stuff first.
I think it's unrealistic, though. Like, to do what Ari does is one extreme.
Yeah.
And then, so you consume social media, it sounds like you consume alcohol in the sense that it's in an unhealthy fashion.
In the morning, right when I wake up.
Right. So there are many people who can consume alcohol on a healthy level. Some people can't. So they have to either drink themselves to death.
I think alcohol is a really bad example because social media is a lot more addictive than alcohol. I think people have more problems with social media in this country.
It could
than
be, but I'm saying it's possible to, and the only way to survive it, because it's not realistic to just not do it.
You ever
because it's
shit
not gonna
blood
happen.
after social media binges?
Yeah, I actually have. Sitting on the toilet too long, can't get off Instagram, and I'm like, fuck, I forgot to wipe.
But you have to be able to find a balance, like realize that this is fake life. Like the stuff on Instagram and Twitter and Facebook is fake life.
I think I live a fairly good balance with social media.
You sit on the toilet watch Whitney Cummings Vacation.
I think a lot of people do.
Well, yeah, a lot of people do, but that doesn't, like, you're in the same
So wait,
business.
do you follow me on Instagram?
Yeah, but I don't.
Can you tell me any story from my life that you witnessed?
No.
None. That's
I don't
a
look
lie.
at your
That's
stories.
a lie. You haven't seen me on Instagram? Like I'm doing a hyper extended version of it.
I know you went to the football game. You were advertising your podcast.
Yeah.
But I wasn't like, oh, Bert went to the football game. I want to know what happened. And he was with Tom and Ari. I'm going to pretend I was with them because I know you guys.
But
Like,
but hold on. Let's play devil's advocate.
Okay.
You don't think there are actually people out there that were like, that was actually fun watching them go to the game? I should do something with my friends like that.
No, I totally think that was fun. And I think you did it right in the sense that you didn't Instagram 150 stories. You just put out a podcast. And I'm totally fine with what you did.
Yeah.
But your consumption of it on the other end. Like, I don't think that you fully let go of your inner vlogger. Like, I think that you still kind of
No, you're totally right. You're
think
totally
that
right.
there's a good side to that.
There is a good side to it. There is a good side to it.
If people want to watch it, though, personally, I have zero interest in someone's Instagram stories. Zero. If fucking Ozzy Osbourne transitioned, I wouldn't fucking watch it on an Instagram story. I don't give a shit.
You'd be bummed out. You wouldn't be attracted to him anymore.
But hang on one second. Hang on. I think I'm probably splitting hairs here, but I have definitely, and everyone knows I was a big fan of Opie and Anthony. I've definitely gone back and listened to episodes. So I listened to the one with Geraldo the other day where he just got out of rehab.
That's right.
And I was like, and I listened to it. I wasted my time listening to something that already happened.
Well, I'm not saying it's wrong. I'm just saying I personally wouldn't watch, but I don't really go and listen to things either.
But I think consuming content on a healthy level is fine. Like, you watch your TV shows, you listen to your radio shows. Of course, like, I don't have any problem with people consuming content, but when it becomes this thing where, like,
you do it first thing when you wake up,
or you're paying more attention to your social media stuff. And I'm not saying you do this. I don't know.
I probably do this as much as anyone else. I mean, I won't say that I don't, but like, here's my problem. I wake up, and I usually wake up pretty early, and I go, don't touch your phone, because the second you touch your phone, you're awake for the day.
Right.
And
that's true.
And sure enough, I'll be like, fuck it, let's just see. And then I'll flip on. I'll go to either Twitter or Instagram. Usually Instagram first. I've been a little away from Twitter. And if it's like Jesus and Miro, all of a sudden I'm watching threads of Jesus and Miro laughing in bed at 4 a.m. Jesus and Miro, they're on Vice.
Yeah, they're big. They were on the cover of New York Magazine.
They're really funny, and they're fun, and their take is kind of a different take than I get normally. And then I get on Instagram and I'll scroll. And then I'll go to stories. I'll see, like, Adam Greentree's got a story, and I'm like, he's a hunter. And I'm like, oh, cool. You know? And then, like, so every now and then you'll see Rogan, and you'll be like, whoa, what's he doing? And then you're like, oh, he's at the UFC center.
I watch Joe cooking elk. That's what I watch. I'll watch his dumb videos where there's butter and elk, and I'm like, this looks amazing.
He reverse sears it. By the way, I would never know this if I wasn't on social media. He smokes it until it gets to a certain temperature, then he puts it and reverse sears it so he gets a crust on the outside. Now I'm reverse searing stuff in my sous vide because of that video.
Oh, by the way, don't you have a show where now you're doing cooking?
Oh yeah.
What I do appreciate is that it's not like throwaway information for you. Like you retain this information. Like you legitimately are entertained by it, and it has an impact. I think that that's good because I think a lot of people like there's just so much stuff.
Yeah.
That they just watch it in the moment and then kind of just forget it ever happened.
Yeah, I find a hard time seeing. I have a hard time finding the negativity in like following. The excitement that I get when I see that Whitney's going on vacation or that Eliza's doing a USO tour with Adam Devine and The Miz. Like
That's
I was
awesome.
like, oh, now we're in.
I'm interested in what The Miz is doing.
Yeah, they did an amazing tour throughout all like Afghanistan, Iraq, and they were flying on these big planes. Adam Devine brought his dad. It was like it was just so bizarre. Like I find the little detail. I go, how cool! Adam brought his dad. Like how cool,
right?
And then Eliza.
So if you saw Eliza, would you go up to her and be like, oh, like would you ask her about the trip that you saw on her Instagram?
I do that. We all do that to each other.
Is there weirdness or is it like cool?
No, I'd be like, hey, how was the USO tour? Mm-hmm. And she would be like, oh, it was fucking great.
Well, you're not consuming TV shows like we used to either. Like, a lot of this is just kind of making up for sitting in front of the TV in front of fucking 3 or 4 hours or video games.
TV in forever.
Like you know what I mean? Like the things that we've always done some stuff. So instead of playing video games or watching TV, a lot of times we're just watching other people's shit. I mean, whatever it is.
Last night on stage, some guy goes, how was Utah? Because he watches my Insta stories. And I was like, it was great. And he was like, what was, tell me about Isla's wreck. Because Isla wrecked on her skis, and I told him. But it is a weird way of putting out content, putting out our lives, and then sharing with, and I won't say fans, I think that's the wrong word, but fans, like people.
Worshippers.
Worshippers.
Do people watch Instagram? So I guess they do.
Dude,
Instagram stories
Ari
are huge.
said to me the other day, we walked into American Airlines Admirals Club, and the guy behind the counter goes, holy shit, I just watched you guys at the liquor store the other day. And Ari's like, looked at me and he's like, are you kidding me? Because I did an Instagram video of me, Ari, and Tom dancing in a liquor store. And he was like, that looked like so much fun. How was the game? Ari got done and he goes, dude, I think Instagram's your sitcom. He's like, you're good at it, you enjoy it, and then people watch it, and it's a way for you to connect and people to find you. I mean, I've increased my Instagram in this year by 250,000.
Wow.
So, and I
That's
think
a lot.
It's definitely a lot, but it's just a lot of
just content.
And I don't mind it totally. I enjoy doing promo videos. That's what gets the most traction.
How long are your videos?
1 minute.
Oh, they are a minute.
Yeah.
Instagram stories, like there are
Instagram
more
stories are
people
like
watching,
15 seconds.
And you can do a few of them.
Yeah,
I've done them before.
You can do 100 of them.
It's a great way, dude. I'll tell you what.
There are probably more people watching the Instagram stories than there are watching your hard Instagram.
Yeah. So on Instagram stories, this is what I think from a business standpoint blows me away, is I will post a video or just a picture and say, hey, Stress Factory added a second show Thursday, swipe up for tickets. And then you can see how many people clicked the link.
Can they? I thought they couldn't link from there except for your bio.
Swipe up.
No, you swipe up. And so then you all of a sudden you're like, wow, 250 people swiped up. And then you go and you're like, oh, that show sold out.
You can see how many people swipe up?
Yeah, and you're like, oh my God, that's a direct, it makes getting merchandise or getting ticket sales to, like, I do it for all my dates. I'll go, hey, Portland, swipe up. And then you go and you see 600 people swiped up, 44,000 people watched it, 600 people swiped up. And then you go and you're like, oh, Portland sold out.
Right.
Yeah. And
okay.
And you're like, that is a great way to connect to the people who want to see you do comedy.
Yeah.
I'll do that. I'll swipe up for your stuff. I'll just tell people to swipe up to see Bert. I'll put your links for your stuff in there.
When I put out my wrestling podcast, I always put up Instagram stories and swipe up. And
that is a perfect example. As I see that, and then I go, oh yeah, like an episode of you, I'll go, I'll swipe up and I'll watch it.
Yeah.
And I don't know if I would have found it had it not been from Instagram.
You're not going to sort it out.
Yeah.
Like you're not going to find it. Like, oh, doesn't he do this thing?
Here's where it gets tricky: is that you don't want to turn it into propaganda.
It's got to be really entertaining stuff too, with the occasional plug.
You don't want to be like new watch. That's not,
Yeah, you have to actually
just try to live a life and
helps,
show it.
It helps when it's snowing, because then I can do an Instagram story of my dog running in the snow, and it's like, there you go. Now back to plugging. There's the dog in the snow. Now back to my stuff.
All right, we got a break. Travis told me because Phil Rosenthal's here, so we'll break. You're hanging out, right?
Yeah, I can't wait to talk to him.
All right, good. And what are you promoting, Bert? You're at the Stress Factory. I'm guessing you're sold out. But
we added a second show tonight, and then Bill Burr and I did a cooking show with Tom Segura.
Okay.
If you want to find that, it's on YouTube.
All
It's
right.
called Something's Burning.
Something's Burning, and you can catch Bert's dates at Bert Kreischer on Twitter or Bert, it's spelled BERT.com, all of Bert's dates. And I'm heading to St. Louis next Friday, and I'm heading to Kansas City or Lawrence, Kansas next Saturday. We'll be right back with Bert and Phil Rosenthal and Sam and Jim and Troy. Rosenthal is coming in. I just saw him. He's the creator of, or one of the creators of Everybody Loves Raymond. He's doing something on Netflix called Somebody Feed Phil.
Yeah, it's an original documentary series that follows Phil as he travels the world, meeting chefs and food experts who guide him on cultural and culinary journeys.
Phil's a fun
Just off
life.
the top of my head. Just my take.
Is he outside? Is he telling the bring him in?
Yeah. He goes to Saigon, Lisbon, Bangkok, Tel Aviv, Mexico City, and New Orleans.
Hey, Phil.
Hey.
How are
What's
you,
going
buddy?
on, Phil Rosenthal?
Look at the people.
That's
How
right.
you doing?
It's nice to be here.
Well, it's nice to have you here.
You guys had your coffee?
We do, yes.
Yeah.
First thing in the mornings, like 8 o'clock.
Martin, I'm a big fan.
Thank you, Phil. It's good to
Okay.
see you. I haven't seen you in a while. You used to come in the cellar once in a while with Ray and
Exactly right.
and
You know,
Brad.
a lot of the same people.
Yes. I think I have a photo of us from many, many, many years ago, like 2002.
Is it in your mementos box?
He keeps it by the bed.
I do. Exactly.
It's in a nice steel frame next to
Yes.
the bed.
Whenever I have to finish, it's your face I focus on.
I'll tell my wife. She should try it.
So it's good to see you, buddy. And you just been traveling because you don't need to work. Like I mean, like you're set for life. You just enjoy going out and doing this stuff.
This is true.
Yeah.
This is true. I don't want to bring the room down, but yes, I don't have to do this. I love doing this.
You do.
By the way, if I wasn't working, I would be doing this. This is fun.
The radio.
What do you do when you like? What's that moment like when you realize? Wait a minute, it's okay if this thing ends, and I never do anything again. Financially, I'm absolutely fine. I don't have to ever do anything ever
I know
again.
that's the dream, and when I had no money, I would have thought that too. But
Right.
here's the thing. After Raymond finished, people said, isn't it great you never have to work again? Why are you trying so hard? I actually had a studio executive say to me when I was pitching a show, another show, can I ask you something? He said in the middle of the pitch, why are you doing this? I said, what? Like pitching shows. I'm like, what do you mean? I thought it was so insulting. This is what I do.
Right.
Yeah.
I should lay in bed the rest of my life? That's
Right.
a life for a person? I asked him, why are you here?
Right.
It's
what you do.
We want to do things. We want to do things.
Just be on that. Yeah, you can't
You
just
wanna
sit home and
create.
count money. Like, what are you supposed to do? Just sit home and look at things you bought? You got to go out and work. And
But you
get
can do that
creative.
for one day, definitely.
Yeah, yeah.
I want to know what that feeling was like when they go, hey, just so you know, we just went into syndication. You
Yes.
get this is the check that's coming your way. I don't know what yours was. I'm sure we could Google it, but like I just know the
Please
numbers. And like, what's that feeling like that first day where you're like, oh shit?
Well, what kind of numbers are you talking about in a check? Because I have
we're
no
talking
idea.
like $500 million,
$80 million, yeah.
$80 million.
Wait.
Yeah.
80 million to 500
No,
million.
but like I
is a
think
huge-
Seinfeld
that
got like
type of-
$500 million.
That's what the rumor was, yeah. This is
Wow.
hundreds of $1 million in syndication. It's just a lot of money.
And for
you're one
him,
of the, you're
too.
one of the creators.
I'm the creator of the show.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
Yeah, oh, you're
he
the-
had
yeah.
the check that when you go to the bank and give it to them, the lady cashing it goes, well, are you single?
Yeah.
No, he has the check where they actually call the bank manager over and go, I think this has been forged. But this is not a real
That's
check.
in one check, though.
Yeah.
In one check, yeah, lump sum. And what's that day like?
It's amazing, but it's not as amazing as the news that your show they're going to make a pilot of your script.
That's the day.
That feels better.
Awesome.
That feels better.
Because the work is the most important to me. The work is the most important thing. And the fact that somebody at CBS liked it enough that they're going to put money into filming your idiotic idea that you wrote in your room.
Right.
For nobody. You write a script hoping somebody at CBS will like it. That's the dream. And when that happens, you ever try out for the school play in high school?
I did. I got it.
Yeah.
What did you roll? What role did you play?
I played a messy boy, and I said, maybe we should have her dry cleaned.
Beautiful.
You
That's good.
auditioned as the messy boy?
But look how he remembers.
He does.
So the feeling when you went and checked to see if you made it into the play, the high school play.
I know what you're talking about.
The feeling of acceptance.
The first kiss.
Exactly.
The first my wife said to me the other day, that only thing that upsets her about being married is she'll never have another first kiss.
Oh, I know your wife. She does it all the time.
She met with a white man.
But isn't there, because there's, when you're trying to like
we chase that feeling is what I'm saying.
But when
we chase when that I saw my name on the call sheet for you made it into the play, the high school play. What?
Yeah. Right.
Me?
Yeah.
Yeah.
We spend the rest of our life chasing that feeling. That's everything.
When you're trying to sell a show, and when it's like your first show, there's a certain amount of desperation that goes in there too, because it's not just that you want this, you need this. You've invested your life into this, and in order to prove to everybody that you're a success, you need to sell something so you can make a living. Once you've done that, right, and you don't need to make a living anymore, aren't the meetings so much better? Because if they say no, you're still eating.
You know how Seinfeld says now he goes up on stage and the first 5 minutes are free. They love everything he says.
That's right, because he's a celebrity. He gets 5 minutes free of just laughs.
And then what does he say?
Then you got to earn it.
And you got to earn it.
You have to
So
earn
same thing in a pitch meeting?
Everybody.
Yeah.
We love your and then they hear
what do you
your
got
idea.
for us now?
Yes, and you hear your idea. Oh, we can't really use that.
That's the worst. The worst part of the pitch meeting is the moment where the friendly salutations are over. It's like, all right, so what do you got?
Yeah.
Well, and then it's literally, you can feel it's like a dip and then raise, because now I'm in pitch mode.
Exactly.
And the great people who can pitch something are the ones that can make that segue without that dip, and I'm not particularly good at it.
Right.
It's hard
You're
to
so
do.
right. Because now you're just another schmuck with a story, and they're doing that all day. To you, it's the highlight of your month to be in that room.
You've amped yourself up for all this time to this moment.
And if you think about the fact that these people have 10 other guys that day that they're listening to and trying to keep a smile on their face for you.
Yeah.
Is there anything worse than a shitty face and a pitch? Like, most people are nice
by the way,
when you
that's CBS.
pitch.
That's CBS.
I'm not
I
gonna say
pitched to CBS, and they are the hardest people to pitch to. Julie Pernworth, Mindy.
I am not going to sit
You
there.
don't ask a guy
They're
that
the
has you
sweetest women in the world, but they are very difficult to
A
pitch
guy that's
to.
made $500 million from CBS finds them easy to pitch to. But you know what I mean? Like,
nobody's easy to pitch. I mean, unless they're laughing. And by the way, I've had pitches where they're laughing and they're hugging and
they ask questions after.
Yes. Not taking it.
Nothing. Nothing. They ask questions. So how do you see blah, blah, blah? Oh, great. Oh, my God. And in the elevator. That was good. That was good.
I've had people literally say, this is a no-brainer. This is a sure thing. We'll call you today. And you don't hear from them.
Ever. That's the end of it.
Ever.
Not even like in a month, like, I know we were supposed to call you.
And you call your agent like an idiot, and you go, the meeting seemed to go very well. Yeah, no, that ain't the...
You know what it is? Nobody likes to say no in Hollywood.
Yes,
they don't want to say, they don't want the... Because my manager is a great soul, but he always go, Jim, they're fans. I'm like, shut up, they're not. But of course they're going to tell you they're... Because there's no advantage for them to say they're not.
You would think even if they didn't want to say no, they didn't have to so vehemently say yes, right?
Exactly right.
You could have given me a little bit of doubt, right?
Yes. Imagine if you're dating somebody and they did that to you.
Right.
You wouldn't like them very much. This is the problem with the world, is short-term goal thinking.
Yes.
You know, they just want to make this moment with you easier for them.
Yes.
And then they ruin everything because there's no follow-through. Right?
That's right. There's no honesty to it. I talked to my agent. We had pitched something and it didn't go. And he goes, I'm kind of waiting. I'm like, just tell me no. I'm in my 40s. It's okay. I don't like it, but I understand no.
You're so right. I hate any time I pick up the phone and I'm finding out about a project and it's my agent. When he starts with, they love you. I know it didn't happen.
Yeah. They said they love you.
They go to agent school to learn that.
Yeah.
Start with, they love you.
Start with the positive.
So you hear, but not just, it went well, they love you. This is an emotional response that human beings say, oh, I'm loved? Oh, that's great. They're
you
not
have the acceptance.
Yes.
But
you know what's more important, he's thinking, than them taking this project? They love you.
The love. How about this, Jim? They hate your guts. However, they'd like to do the show. I would much rather hear that.
Of course.
I would much rather hear that. But a lot of times they don't want to let you down. They give you the agent speak because nobody wants confrontation. And it's like sometimes you could say you didn't like it or it's not right. Like HBO, I pitched on HBO, and they're like, we like Jim, but we just don't think it's right for us. Great. That I appreciate that honesty
course.
because I do believe they like me and it
Yes.
wasn't right for them.
That's
okay,
right.
that's
Yeah.
fine. And,
Yeah.
But if he's got anything else, we'd love to hear.
Of
They always
course.
throw that in at the end too. Well, if he's got any other ideas,
we'll be happy to turn them down.
Yeah, exactly. But I respect a no. It's okay
Yes.
to say no. I
Right.
just don't respect when they don't respond.
So so your pitch gets accepted. It becomes you get to do your pilot. The
Yes.
show becomes a hit.
Yes.
How much pressure is there once the show becomes a hit? To now maintain, right? Now there are expectations. It's not just your creation. It's every millions of people watching at home. That's our show.
There is pressure at every step of the way. Here's the danger.
Yeah.
You so want it to work that you'll take all their notes. And everyone I've ever worked with, everyone in the business, everyone will say that the notes process can be deadly because they could change the show significantly.
Yeah.
There's all these stories about how shows have been ruined. So the best advice I ever got from anybody about anything was do the show you want to do because in the end, they're going to cancel you anyway.
Who gave you that advice?
That was Ed Weinberger, a great showrunner. He worked on the Mary Tyler Moore Show and Taxi. He even worked on the famous Cosby Show of the 80s.
Eventually, it's going to end. You're going to get canceled, so you might as well do the show you want.
Do the show you want to do. It doesn't mean don't listen to anybody. It doesn't mean don't listen to the notes. I listen to every note. And I honestly take a look at every single note and really think about it because I'd like to please these people.
But you take out what you want, not just do what they say.
You have to. If they could make the show, they would make the show without you. Believe me, they would.
Right.
They would save a little money if they did that.
Yeah.
But since they're asking me, doesn't it have to be what I think?
Yeah, I would think so.
It has to be.
Bert, what was a pitch idea that you had that you thought was definitely like this one is going to be the one, and you just got the stone face back?
Black versus white.
How does that work?
Let's find out who the superior race is. Me and Warren
What kind of
Sapp.
show is this?
Me and Warren Sapp. Listen,
Where
I
the
do
hell
different
am
TV
I?
than you do. I don't do sitcoms. I hosted reality. I had a show called Hurt Bert for a while where I fought a bear and tamed lions. And
You could have called it like comedian versus football player.
No. I was looking for the water cooler talk.
Right.
And it's me and Warren Sapp, two friends, going out and competing in different areas. Like, all right, today we're going to find out who has better churches. We go and explore all cultural churches. We go to an Asian church, a black church, a white church, and at the end, me and Warren go up and hold a sermon to a mixed congregation, and they go, who's better? Well, black people are better at church than white people. And then we go to the next one. Let's go to family reunions. Who's better, black people or white people? It was. I like the idea. The idea is not bad.
Yeah, you should have said who's better at Super Bowl after parties in hotels.
Hey, Warren's a friend.
What year was it?
This was 7 years ago.
Yeah, I would have watched that.
Yeah,
I like this idea, except I'm afraid that
you're afraid to like
some
it.
that some of the audience is sitting there really rooting.
No, but in a fun way. Like we all have friends of color.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That they're not rooting in a fun way.
Yeah.
Let me tell you something. If that show was online and you clickbaited and it was black versus white, who's the superior race, and you saw me on WhatsApp, you'd probably click on it and you found out there's two friends, you'd be like, actually, this show's pretty fun. It's all in the way you
and
do
I'm
it.
telling you that some people would be disappointed and you would get hate mail.
Yeah, you would, but you can't avoid
but I don't
hate
care
mail.
about that.
Of course.
You
Yeah.
did. You
No,
had.
I know.
You took. One of my favorite things ever was the documentary you did where you went to Russia
Yeah.
with the idea of Everybody Loves Raymond.
Yes.
And you watched cultural differences hit you in the face. We were
Yes.
like, that was fascinating. What was the biggest one?
Oh, it's so funny. It's funny that you mentioned, pitching, because I had a guy, you saw the head of comedy for this Russian television network. He had never had any experience in comedy before. The sitcom as a form didn't exist until they brought The Nanny over a few years ago and translated it, right? So they didn't have anyone in that department. So they brought a guy whose only previous experience in life had been working on laser beams.
So he wasn't even a
laser
TV person.
technology. Nope.
Right.
But they thought because he understood new technology
that he would get the new
the
form.
sitcom.
Oh, that's funny.
Right?
Yes.
So he actually says to me, it's in the movie. I've seen the Raymond show, speaking in Russian, and I'm hearing it translated. I've seen the Raymond show, I've read the scripts, and I want to tell you, it is not funny.
Oh.
Yeah, I was like, I don't need to come to Russia to hear that. I can hear that in my house.
So he was very blunt in Russian.
Absolutely. And he was stone-faced. But I've met the point is not the Russians are so terrible.
Yeah.
I've met the same kind of face in pitch meetings at American networks.
The same stone face.
Absolutely.
The Russian laser technology
Maybe they don't
guy.
say out loud, you
Sure.
are not funny. But the face says it.
Yeah. What kind of is it? Just culturally, what the things that made Raymond a funny show or
Well,
Brad
you'd
Garrett
never-
funny just
you
don't
just
work
hit
there?
your wife if she talked to you like that. In Russia, you just hit her.
Yeah.
The
You'd be
man,
like,
man is strong. They want to have this thing. And of course, what I liked finding out is something that I felt intuitively, we all feel, we're all the same. It's just in Russia, there's this macho thing that's even more than here, that they have to have this front of man superior, right? And it's, of course, total bullshit.
They don't like the. Well, Putin doesn't really put that off. He seems humble.
I'll bet Putin comes home and his wife says, well, don't come in here with those shoes. Take those shoes off.
Yeah.
We all answer to somebody.
That's true. That's true. Everybody has somebody that they don't want
Yeah.
to piss off.
Yeah.
Everyone has one person in their life like, oh,
Yeah.
fuck, I don't need them angry at me. I don't need to hear them. For you, who is it? Is it your wife?
I got to direct the president of the United States in a video. The president
Donald
Clinton,
Trump?
No, please, God.
Was it Obama, Bush?
It was. I wrote jokes for Clinton for 8 years. They do the White House Correspondents' Dinner, where the president actually gets to go up there and be funny. Obama was amazing at it. Clinton was amazing at it too.
Donald Trump decided not to go to his.
Well, is he funny?
I think he's fucking hilarious.
Sometimes, yeah. Little Rocket Man. That's some humiliating shit.
He's actually quite strong with nicknames.
Yeah.
He's awesome.
Yeah, he's pretty good.
So you wrote for Clinton.
So there's a point to this. I write the jokes, and I always wanted to do like a comic video for the dinner. But they said, he's the president. He doesn't do comic videos. He doesn't even have time to film a comic video until his last year. Then he had some time. I went to the White House, and I worked with the White House guys, and we wrote up a thing for him. And it was like a Saturday Night Live video. You can actually see it online. It's called The Final Days.
Of Clinton?
Clinton. And it's the first time a sitting president made one of these almost YouTube-y videos. And they show it at the dinner. I directed the president. It was a big hit. The Today Show led with this the next day. It was to the year 2000. I come home and I say to my wife, you know, if you tell the most powerful man in the world what to do, and he does it, doesn't that make you the most powerful man in the world? And my wife said, pick up your socks.
Right. right back to where you were.
We all answer to somebody.
We all answer to somebody.
How did Bill Clinton take direction?
He was scarily good as an actor.
Meaning you didn't need to direct him much.
One take.
Wow.
One, maybe two if there was a word thing.
Sure.
And by the way, that's fun to do, is correct the president of the United States'
Say it a little
pronunciation.
That's how you get elected. Is you're a good actor and you know how to be like a little bit of a chameleon. Everyone knows how to talk to their audience in a moment. So you probably all of them are probably decent actors.
But a lot of people don't know how to be inherently funny.
Right.
And he was funny, genuine. He knew where the joke was.
Daryl Hammond wrote with him in the White House when he was doing him.
Yeah.
Clinton?
And he said that Clinton is really good. He said Clinton invades your space. He touches you. Like, he's very personable.
Yes.
And Daryl said that he's very, very, he understands being funny. And he's really good with jokes and with, no, let's do this. And he just gets it.
He's probably the best public speaker I've ever seen in my life.
Didn't they always say about Clinton that he had that, like all great car salesmen have, that ability to make you feel like you're the only person in the room?
Yeah, I've seen that once or twice. I've seen it with like Warren Beatty.
Yeah.
Really?
Bill Clinton, yeah.
I heard Don King does that. Seriously,
I believe you.
They said that when we were kings. This amazing. He made you feel good.
There's power in it,
Really?
right? And the other thing, 3 years after doing this thing with him, and I'm telling you, yes, I spent a week in and out, but a grand total of an hour and a half with the man. 3 years later, he sees me across the room. Phil, the man that made me famous.
Oh, it's
what?
Wow.
What?
Who was around you when he said that? Because it always.
You're by yourself.
Yeah, you never want to be by yourself.
Oh, no.
I was with my wife. All right,
so that's not bad.
That was good.
That's not bad.
Same wife? No divorces?
Let me see. No.
Oh, you gotta like that.
Yeah.
A guy that gets all the money in the world and stays with the same wife.
Yeah.
I would be. My wife would be gone.
I'm gonna tell her that. I met a guy today. Just let me tell you, Monica. I met a guy today. He's on his third wife.
Hey, what does this somebody feed Phil? Have you talked about it yet or no? I ran out because I had my front desk.
No, we haven't.
I had to run out because there's somebody trying to get in my apartment.
A burglar?
No, just these people picking up it's a fucking nightmare. They
Can
came
we help
early.
you?
No, I just have rugs that were ruined in a flood, so they're going to come and try to salvage them and see if they can clean them.
You see what's happening in California? You have no problem.
Oh, no, yeah, not like that. This was just a burst pipe. So what is Somebody Feeds Phil?
This is Somebody Feed Phil is a show. Are we live right now?
We're live.
Yeah.
Oh my God, I had no idea.
That's
I'm
right.
scared to death now. No, it's on tomorrow, Friday. It starts streaming on Netflix. This is a show where I go around the world and show you where to eat in an effort to get you to travel. That is the
great gig. They just flew you around and paid for meals. What an awesome gig.
Not terrible.
No.
Did you gain weight?
You can if you're not careful. I actually lose a little weight doing the show because I'm active. I'm walking every day. I'm doing, and I really don't finish everything that you see me eating, mainly because it's too much. And second, there's a crew of 16 guys looking at me with their tongues hanging out.
But you
so I
traveled
share
with
it with
16 people?
This is a production. This is Netflix. They're shooting it in 4K. You know, I have a theme song. It's amazing.
Hey, did you eat at what's that sushi place? Jiro's place. I've never eaten there.
I actually, when we did the Tokyo episode, I did a show before this. It was on PBS. 6 episodes there, but now Netflix has picked it up. So I did the Japan Tokyo episode on that, and they said you don't want to go to Jiro. You want to go to the sushi bar that Jiro goes to.
Ooh, that's smart.
How about that?
That's like, by the way, that's like the
Cuban.
director who gets to tell the most powerful man in the world.
Yes.
That's the guy.
But that made sense. First of all, everyone's covered Jiro. He had a whole movie about him.
Which I hated, but I like his. I'm sure his food's amazing.
It's a
but
boring
it was
movie.
just dull. But God,
It hit at the right time. Didn't know, no. But it sure hit at the right time. There was beautiful stuff in that movie. But, in fact, the guy who made that is very talented, named David Gelb, and he now does the Chef's Table series on Netflix, which is in-depth profiles of each chef.
So are you more of a travel buff or a foodie?
That's a great question. I guess I'm
good
both.
question, Aunt Sam.
That's a great question because he
travel
said,
buff.
He said it's a food show.
I didn't like travel buff.
But it make you want to travel.
I
Bert,
didn't
that's
like
a good question.
I didn't like
right?
travel buff.
That's a really good question.
You can't say travel-y. There's no foodie translation to
so
travel.
do you just like eating or traveling?
That's that terrible way
Some
to
man
phrase
asks.
it.
Troy, comment.
Bert preferred my question.
Let me. I'll put it to you this way.
Yes.
When you go to LA, do you seek out Koreatown or do you stay locally in LA? You only go to Koreatown when you go to Korea. I think that's what you guys were meant to say.
That doesn't make any sense to me.
You should make it a little longer though.
Could we bring in his black friend to see what he would ask?
We only have
a better interview.
we only have 2 minutes left till our show is over.
Well, I didn't find out if he's a foodie or a travel buff.
I'll tell you the truth.
Oh, I'm sorry. Until Phil's done. I apologize.
When
We have
I
2 minutes to
plan a trip, it is around where I'm going to eat.
There it is.
Okay, but once I'm there eating, that's the way into not just the place, but the culture and the people, and that's what the show's about.
So it's a synergetic energy.
Yes. We're trying to do it with a sense of humor.
Right.
We're trying to like here's the nutshell what my pitch was to Netflix. I'm exactly like Anthony Bourdain if he was afraid of everything.
See, that is what I'd like to see.
That's a good pitch.
I'd like to see a guy going in with a tame palate.
Normal.
And because that's the kind of eater I am.
I'm the guy watching Bourdain and going, he is amazing. I'm never doing that.
Right.
I'm not getting a tattoo pounded into my chest by Aborigines in the jungle. I'm not doing that.
So what's the craziest thing you ate?
I did eat ants in Japan.
You ate
How
ants?
were they?
Well, I'll tell you, they were on the plate. I thought, oh, this is a dirty restaurant. No, it's they were placed there on purpose. Are they fake? No, you eat them. Why would I eat them? Well, they taste like lemon.
Are they cooked?
That's interesting. They taste like lemon. In that case, could I have a piece of lemon?
Right.
No, you should try these. Says my partner. You should try. The lady I'm eating with. She says they're very good. And the guy was right across the counter, and he's looking at me.
Yeah.
And I'm on television, so you're not going to.
Sure.
So it takes some courage to put that black ant, like you'd see at a picnic, in your mouth and crunch down on this. And God damn it, if it didn't taste like someone put a drop of lemon on your tongue. And I say to the guy, okay, well this is amazing. What did you do? Did you baste them in lemon? Is that why they taste like? No. These specific ants, not every ant, these specific ants taste like lemon.
Naturally.
So you suddenly understood what the aardvark is raving about.
Yes.
Why they
maybe they're not so maybe they're not so stupid, aardvark.
So what was where's the place that fucking Jiro goes to eat his shit?
Kyubey Sushi. Kyubey.
He just shows up there and eats?
I think he can eat wherever he wants.
No, he teleports.
No, but I mean, does he eat there all the time, or is it like a place that he's just eating at?
I think he loves that place.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Probably an old guy.
I said, when Jiro dreams of sushi, he dreams of this place.
Oh, okay. So it premieres Friday night on Netflix.
Friday. It starts, I think it's 3 a.m. tonight.
Tonight?
Oh, for real?
Yeah. Please, I know people like to binge, but if you binge this show, you might get sick.
Yeah, binge a little.
Binge a little. 6 episodes all over the world.
What countries?
That I go to in this one?
Just curious.
Yeah. I went to Bangkok. I went to Saigon. I went to Lisbon and Tel Aviv and Mexico City and New Orleans.
Oh, nice.
Nice.
Beignets?
Oh, yeah.
Oh.
What's a beignet?
It's
You never had a beignet?
I'll let Phil tell.
World's best donut.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
It's just like this hot dough with powdered sugar on it that you drink with coffee at Café du Monde.
Was it good or no?
It's phenomenal.
Did you have any?
What in that sentence sounded not good?
Not too good then, huh?
Yeah.
Did you have that boudin?
The boudin blanc? Or,
oh, yeah. This is going to be a good fucking show.
You're excited. I think you'll like it. And there's new places probably that I never heard of before, and they're doing wild, innovative stuff. You know, the #1 restaurant in New Orleans is an Israeli restaurant right now? Yeah, I know. It's called Shaya, and it's incredible. The food's incredible.
Huh.
Wow.
Yeah. That's what I love, is the world is like getting closer. I think through the internet.
Yeah, I think so too.
A guy in New Orleans can see what a chef in Israel is doing and go, I could do that. I want to do that.
I've connected with a lot of people on the dark web. All right.
Different deal.
Phil Rosenthal, thank you, man. We're going to take a break. We'll come back. We'll finish. They're telling us you have other press. So we'll finish with Bert, and good luck, man. I'm happy to see you.
I love seeing you.
Hey, congratulations.
Love seeing you too.
Be right back.
We'll be back.
Having our guy do intros for a minute.
Yeah, I love that song.
Perfect.
I love it. It got me. I thought it was going to be one thing, and it turned into something else.
So, Dan, what inspired you in writing and creating a song for us, you and the whole band, to do something that was so upbeat?
Just a complete dichotomy of what you guys act. I think it just fits right in, and I think with the mixed Twitter reactions, I think the fans will come to appreciate it in time, hopefully.
How do you feel about the people that are a little bit more critical of it?
Yeah.
It's interesting. No, I appreciate it, man. Like I tweeted at you guys, like, I don't know, a couple days ago, and I didn't know if you guys had checked it out or not. And I seriously, really, really appreciate you guys giving it a spin and listening to it and loving it. So.
By the way, while we're talking about people creating things, I just realized that this morning when Troy took a photo of us in studio, I was standing up and sticking my pelvis out, and I would appreciate it if the Photoshops stopped.
Yeah, I don't care for them either.
No more, guys, okay? I love it. Enough is enough, and a joke is a joke, but I sometimes stand with my pelvis sticking out, so no more Photoshops.
You're making Sam look like a stupid asshole, and they put us together on the Yogi boat.
Yeah. All had a good laugh, but now, let's all end in good humor, right?
Yeah, and stop it all together, and if you do stop it, tag me in them too, because I want to see them.
Yeah, Sam looks like a real horse's ass.
You look like a jackass!
Yeah, I swear, it's just how I stand sometimes.
Yeah.
I like to stick my pelvis out a little bit.
Sam looks like a real fool.
Dan, were you nervous that we would hear the song? Because it is a dichotomy as compared to what we normally do on the show. Were you nervous that we would hear the song and be like, what the fuck is this?
Well, at first, especially when I first tweeted it out and I got nothing.
You got a big
guys, and it was just
donut.
like the fans are like, "What the fuck is this?" I was like, "Okay, let's." It's about creating opportunity, though. So I'm like, hey, swing and a miss, I guess. But it's a
hit.
I'm glad you guys dig it.
It is. It's a hit, and we're going to we're going to start incorporating it on Tuesday's show because tomorrow I'll be here, but Jim will be out. So I don't want to play the new intro officially without Jim.
Yeah.
So we'll wait till Jim.
I like what this guy does. I like that he did describe you guys in song.
Yeah.
I want him to do this for more. What other shows are you fans of? I'd like to hear your
Turn it up and laugh along.
I'd like to hear your rendition of what other people's shows.
What do you mean?
We don't translate in song.
No, we're not having our guy do intros for
our guy.
Yeah, this is our guy.
It's our band. It's a house band.
Bert is trying to just glom onto this, like you probably also listen to the Bertcast.
No, he does not.
What would an intro to that show sound like?
Yeah,
I can't change my intro.
What is your intro?
Well, at the very beginning, when I first tweeted it out and I didn't hear anything at all the first responses I got were like, this has nothing to do with the show. Like, what are you talking about? I'm like, dude, please, that is the point, please. So I'm glad you got it.
Well, yeah, no, it was ballsy because if we had taken it literally, it definitely would have ended like, what is this?
I think it was great.
Yeah, me too.
Catchy, and it's a hit. Thank you very much, Dan. We really appreciate it.
No problem, man. And Jim, you're coming to Vancouver when? March?
I over there March 2nd, I believe, and Thursday, March 3rd. I mean, Saturday, March 3rd, I'll be in Wise Guys in Utah. But if you guys want to come, I will leave tickets for you.
He said he wanted the Face Plants to open for him.
No, I don't have a band open for me, just a comedian. But I'll have you guys come.
For this time, though, we'll do the band.
Yeah.
And
No, music's too much. I can't have music in front of me. But I will have you guys come to the show if you're in town.
I appreciate it, man. And we're actually coming to New York for the first time for Grammy Week at the end of this month. So I don't know if you guys have had any live music before, but
should we have a live performance?
We'd have to.
Acoustically?
Oh, acoustic?
No, not acoustic. Full force, full band.
Yeah, we want the song.
We're gonna get the fishbowl rented out. Yeah, and we're gonna actually, we may have to do. We may have to figure out the dates. We may have to do a full live show at a venue.
I agree.
Yeah,
and have you guys play us in and out of every break.
Right,
it's the same song.
In and out of every segment.
Yeah,
every subject that we talk about.
I see you guys almost as band leaders, like doing and then having them play and then hit pause where they stop and then start up where they started off at. I might come to this show.
You should. You should.
Or am I glomming on Sam?
You tried to get him to write theme music.
I did not try to get him to do.
Jim.
Yeah.
Do you think Bert was trying to get a little Bertcast music going?
100%.
Not at all.
Yes, he
not
was.
at all.
He's starting Bertcast Records.
He is. He is.
All right.
He is.
We'll see you at the end of the month. Just contact Travis Dog.
Will do, man. Thanks so much for us. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Dan. Great job.
Talk soon.
Bye.
Later.
That was cool.
Have you seen
probably
have you seen the trailers while we're talking about Netflix shows for Letterman show?
Yes. His guest list is shit.
What?
Terrible fucking guests.
Yeah, Obama.
Wait, he's got a show on. I don't have not
doing
seen
a few
this.
episodes. Yeah, he's got a massive guest.
Yeah, he's doing like a 6-episode thing where it's just him in an auditorium with an audience on stage doing like a long form interview with somebody.
It's called My Next Guest Needs No Introduction.
Yeah.
Is it really called that?
Yeah.
Although it looks like in the Obama clip that came out, because in the trailer he was on stage in front of an audience, but it looks like in the Obama clip there is no audience. So maybe that was just for the trailer. I don't know. But
no, there's an audience in the
I think there was.
Is there?
Yeah.
Oh, I just
they're
looked
sitting
at
on a stage.
Oh, okay, cool.
Yeah.
How did nobody, if there's an audience for this thing, how did nobody talk about it?
I have no idea.
Maybe they asked you not to. Or maybe this one wasn't filmed that long ago.
Yeah, but everybody does.
Everybody does it anyway.
No,
At least
I've
one
had
person does.
I've kept things once in a while. If you ask, hey, we're trying to make this a surprise, most people won't talk about it.
Really?
Yeah, you'd be surprised. I've had a couple of things I've shot where I'm like, hey, man, if you could not say anything,
in front of a giant audience,
in front of 1,000 people.
Wow.
900 people. And at the end, we were like, hey, if you could just kind of not say anything about this, we would appreciate it. Cause
maybe they make them sign NDAs too because they were so secretive about the whole thing.
Yeah, I don't know if that. Yeah, maybe. Oh, Letterman doing a show?
Yeah. Because, I mean, yeah, there was no details. Just the fact that he was doing a show, but there were no details about it whatsoever.
Right, that's right. I didn't hear about it.
Wow, that looks like it's going to be fucking good.
Yeah, he's got like, who does he have? Obama? He's got Stern.
Stern. That's all I remember.
I just Googled it too, and I put it down when you were like, "Who does he have?" I was like, "I won't."
Jay-Z.
Why? Yeah, why look? Yeah, Jay-Z.
Who's Mala?
she's that activist woman from the Middle East.
She the one who was shot in the face, or no? She's the kid, not the kid who was shot in Afghanistan.
No.
I'm very excited about the Jay-Z episode. I have to be honest.
I'd rather watch. Yeah, it should be probably a really interesting show.
Netflix has got a lot of good stuff coming out.
It's like 1 hour once a month.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, it's a monthly show?
The first one is like Friday or something, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I need to fix my Netflix front page because I only get hey, you must want to see Aziz Ansari. Like it just says like comments.
You're like, I don't need to see him on Netflix. I already follow his Instagram stories.
Yeah, you're such a fanboy.
I know what he's doing.
No, but it's literally like Gabriel Iglesias, Jim Gaffigan. I'm like, I don't want to watch comedy. I want to watch a TV show.
Yeah.
I've watched so much comedy on there that it doesn't. I can't find anything new.
You should start an account pretending you're a different member of your family. So that you have, like, you can switch to... So Bert Comedy gets its own account. You know what I mean? Like,
and then, Bert,
just a different user.
Bert Drunk gets one.
Right.
Bert Getting Ready to Work Out gets one.
Right.
Because that's all I get. I watched one CrossFit documentary, and now I'm like, oh, you must want to watch Pumping Iron again. I watch that, too.
So you are.
Did you like it?
I love Pumping Iron. It's a great fucking movie.
I haven't seen it in years.
That's the Arnold one, right?
Yeah,
That's where we got our quote from.
Yeah. Pumping Iron. And
where he's talking about coming, like the
pose like I'm coming.
Yeah, your cum. It's as good as a cum.
Yeah, when you pose.
When you're posing in front of people, it's like coming.
It's like coming.
I could never pose in front of that many people with my muscles.
Because you have a bad body.
Probably could be a reason.
It'd be so humiliating.
It would be embarrassing.
Yeah, that's okay though.
Maybe if I fucking put some tanner on.
Yeah, you should do an episode where you get Jim tanned.
You think so?
Yeah, they have now they have the tanning where they can sculpt abs in you.
Oh, because they do it with shading?
Yeah, they shade you.
Yeah.
How humiliating.
Really bad. And then you try to get into a doorway or something and it just rubs off your abs.
Yeah.
Everybody knows it's just a smudge on
or
your
a girl's
belly.
going to suck your dick and she licks your abs off. Where are they? Why is my mouth orange?
There's just ab dripping on her forehead while she's blowing you.
Yeah, that'll be awful. I don't want abs painted on. I want them for real. I told you I want to get abs.
That's so cool, man.
Thanks.
I'm so supportive of that.
I used to sprinkle in my hair when I do TV. Like I'd put
just to fill it in.
Yeah, to fill it in. And we were doing a segment where we were getting massages on this boat.
Oh no!
And this woman is giving me a massage, and they're filming it, and then she starts rubbing my head, and it all gets all over her fingers. And she's so terrified that Black's she's like, "Oh my god!" Like I'm the dirtiest man alive.
Like there's literal dirt on your head.
She starts rubbing her, and then she sees it. She's like, "Oh my god!" And I was like, "Oh, sorry, you probably shouldn't touch my head."
Yeah.
Does that work? That stuff that dump on hair?
Yeah.
But probably just for like TV. Like I think if you were out walking around, people would be like, "What's he?"
No.
Does it work? Around?
It looks legit. It just all it does is grabs onto the hair follicle and makes the hair follicles that are there thicker.
What color is it?
I'm
gonna get blonde.
You can get blonde.
That's so cool.
Would you let me if I had blonde highlights?
Yeah,
like I think Guy Fieri.
I think it'd be a good idea if you grew your hair out and spiked it like Guy Fieri. Because Guy Fieri's look is good. It's like very 2018.
Yeah.
You think I'd look good with that?
Yeah, you wouldn't look at all
why don't you
like
switch up your hairstyle?
Like a douchebag who still listens to Smash Mouth and Crazy Town. You would look like...
All right, cool.
Yeah.
Both legit bands.
No, I know. I'm not saying anything against it.
I don't want to look like a fool.
I did a video. I did a video when Tom shaved his head of me. I put that hair all in my beard and in my eyebrows, and it looked fucking hilarious.
What, didn't gross you out?
No.
Beard hair, shaved beard
Somebody
hair?
else's fucking hair.
No,
Face
it's not.
hair.
It's not someone else's hair. It is dust particles that it's created. It's like a. I don't know.
What are you talking about? You just said you took his beard hair and put it on your face.
No. I put the sprinkle stuff that I use.
I think you took Tom's hair.
That did come out wrong. That did come out wrong.
Yeah, you were
see,
like-
out of context, you don't hear
How
the.
grody.
No,
What? Why would you say it like that?
it looks real. I was thinking about getting hair transplants.
Yeah?
Yeah, I'd like to.
Why don't you just shave it?
Cause.
Or just be a guy who's got a receding hairline.
Well, I am that guy.
Yeah,
I'm
it's not
doing
bad.
it now. I
You
just
have a
thought.
receding hairline?
Yeah,
I just don't remember.
yeah. I mean, I know, but I'm more thinning in the back.
Oh.
Like not even thinning. I'm just bald in the back. But I am that guy. But I would be cool. I don't know. As the older I get, I can feel losing my hair was my first foot in the grave. Where I was like, oh, I will die.
Does your wife like your beard? Oh, women have weird feelings about beard. Some love his beard, some hate him.
My wife did not like it when I shaved my beard off.
Oh, she likes you in the beard.
Oh, she's like, grow that back. You look like a pervert.
Wow.
Yeah, my daughter said I look like a pervert too. I was like, you don't even know what a pervert looks like. She goes, I'm looking at one right now.
You probably look like a man going to a boy when you're shaving your beard.
Dude, it was really cool when I shaved my beard because I would look at myself and go, I remember you. Like, it's almost like running into a friend you haven't seen in like 15, 18 years.
And then you come out of the bathroom and everybody's like, I don't like that friend. That friend should go away. We like the other one.
Dude, I look like the first guy that goes in a prison riot. Like when I have no beard, I'm like the guy I'm in there for tax evasion or whatever. And I'm like, no.
Yeah, you look very vulnerable.
Very vulnerable. I think I'm
baby-faced.
Funnier without a beard because I look more relatable, maybe. Or I remember when I first started doing stand-up, I grew a beard, and I remember having a hard time getting laughs, and I was like, keep the beard. And then someone said, oh yeah, Carlin grew a beard when he was working on a special because it's harder to get laughs with a beard. And I was like, oh.
Is it really?
I do. Someone just told me that
I'm
at the bag
guessing
it
because
in.
you have less facial movement and less personality. Maybe your face isn't as visible, so your certain expressions. I can't think
There's probably more confidence that comes with a beard, so that's where the relatability comes in. You seem more like vulnerable with a clean face.
You think?
And then people maybe relate to that.
I'm sorry. Do that one more time.
Oh my God.
I'm being sweet.
But you're not losing your hair at all.
Yeah, I'm a little bit thinning. It's not falling out, but it's thinning. It's definitely thinning. But it's been at the same level of thin for the last 10 years.
Right.
Yeah.
I don't really care. I just shave it short, and I'll eventually just go bald and not give a fuck.
I don't see any difference at all in my hair.
Is there any part of aging that you see happening that depresses you?
Gray pubes.
You know, a
Do
little
you have
gray
gray
hair.
pubes, Troy?
I'm getting one or two.
Oh.
I have gray hair on my head sometimes. Just, it's hard to say any signs of aging. I mean, you look yourself in the mirror, you're like, nah, I look older.
Dude, a year ago, my eyebrows were so much darker than they are now.
Were they?
Yep.
Really?
You see it happening?
I was looking at photos, maybe like 2 years ago. Yeah, my eyebrows were like way darker.
Did people criticize your hair?
No, I mean, I think everybody's just been like, I don't understand how it's maintained all these years. It's really just like, no. That's the only thing I've gotten.
Wait, how old are you?
34.
God, you're a kid.
Thanks, man.
How old are you, Jimmy?
49.
22.
Oh, come on.
Cool, man.
How old are you? 35?
Me?
Yeah, you're 40.
45.
You're 45?
You thought he was 35?
I didn't know.
30? You thought he was my age?
Yeah, why not?
I like that.
Cool, man.
We should go tweet something.
Yeah, let's go do some Gen X stuff or whatever generation we're in.
Yeah, I'm fucking...
I'm Gen X. You're not Gen X. You're Gen Y.
I'm a millennial, man. I don't know what you're talking about.
I'll tell you what, he's gender neutral. Go ahead. I'm woke.
I'm woke. Diet woke.
You don't think I can sneak into the millennial category?
No.
I don't think so.
But you're into millennial shit. Like sneakers.
Yeah, but I mean, people were into sneakers, and Jordans came out in 1985.
Yeah.
You know?
I had shell-toe Adidas when I was a boy. All day I dream about sex. That's what Adidas stands for.
No, it doesn't. It does not. It's just what you say when you're in middle school.
Do you have a hard time going to sleep, Jim?
Like, impossible.
Does your brain just go fucking crazy when you lay in bed?
It's the worst.
Oh,
horrible.
That would be a fun podcast to hear different comics' brains when they go to sleep sober. Because like Stanhope has that problem too. When he goes to sleep sober, his brain just, and I can't shut mine off.
It would be an interesting podcast to just leave a microphone in Jim's house, and then when he's alone, not like to capture anything.
Not when there's like people chilling.
That never happens. Do you know, Bert, one time he had a party over at his place. This is how you know how often there's people chilling at Jim's place. He invited us all over for a party, and he didn't know how to do it at all.
I remember
this. So
this.
it took 2 days of planning.
Yeah,
and
I
everything.
remember this.
And when we showed up, he went to an outdoors store and got camping chairs for his living room.
Yeah, well, you got we sat on the terrace.
Like made of canvas with like cup holders in them inside in the living room.
Tell me you've sat in a more comfortable temporary chair.
I mean, I
Chair
don't
ruled.
know. I guess so.
Chairs were hits.
No, they weren't.
Travis and his wife took a couple home. Travis, you sit on them often?
Well, no, not inside. We brought them for outdoor
and then
activities.
he told everybody to take their chairs home.
Are you serious?
That's
a great fucking party throw right there.
It was a gift.
Yeah.
Have a
you
chair.
gotta think out of the box sometimes. I went to a New Year's Eve party one time and I brought bagels and donuts, and they're like, "Who the fuck brings bagels?" I go, "They're for you guys for tomorrow."
And they probably woke up
murdered bagels.
Yeah.
Went to a party, brought popsicles, and they were like, "Popsicles," and I was like, "For tomorrow when you're hungover, nice popsicle."
And they were probably in the moment like, "What a fucking weirdo!"
Yeah.
And then the next morning like, I'm so glad I had those popsicles.
How many popsicles did you bring?
A bunch. I like to do things in bulk.
The thing with popsicles, they're good if you're puking. I remember one time before we have 1 minute left, here's my popsicle story. I heard about that. I was violently throwing up, and we had to go in and do some kind of meeting for Tough Crowd, and Geraldo brought his sons in. It was a really weird day. Like, he just had his 3 sons there, and I met, like, young Gregory, but I had to go and throw up. And he told me ice pops. Him or DePaulo told me ice pops would be good because you're not swallowing.
I'm glad you snuck in that popsicle story before we ran out of time. That really would have robbed the audience.
I apologize, but when's the last time you have a popsicle story?
No, you're right. Greg. You're right. It probably won't come up again. By the way, Bert's going to be at the Stress Factory in New Brunswick.
There's a second show added tonight, Thursday, 732-545-4242, or you could swipe on his Instagram story. Just check it out if it's not sold out. But if it is, then you're fucking out of luck. Do it earlier next time.
Because you can swipe on his Instagram story, like because you just learned it.
Yeah, exactly.
It's like a fun thing to know.
Yeah. But I'm going to try it.
Everyone go follow Jim. I just put him on my Instagram stories. So
they know, I mean, if they're listening to, you tell it to your people. No. If they're listening to our show, they know Jim's
that's
on
right.
Instagram.
Yeah, never mind.
You don't need to check.
Hey, follow me.
Yeah.
Yeah, wait. What am I talking about?
I appreciate
I just was on my podcast for a second.
Follow Bert on Instagram, although you probably already do because he's very Instagram successful.
Yes, and I'm taking a personal day tomorrow, which has been planned.
And I don't know who I'm going to have in tomorrow yet.
Yeah, probably nowhere near as good as me, but... All right, I will see you guys in a couple days. Have a nice MLK Day. Martin Luther King Jr.'s birthday.
Oh, is that what that stands for? Thanks.
MLK, yeah. And, all right, Rob.
What an ending.
Yep. See ya.
Oh my God, it's over.